Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John.
I'm Claire.
This is Many a True Nerd, and welcome to Wargroove. Ooh. Ooh. I really kind of hope this isn't my game of the year 2019, because if it's not, that means something even better is going to come along, and that would be absolutely flipping marvellously good news. So yes, welcome to Wargroove. This was... Hang on, who edited this? Was this me or you?
No, this was you.
This was me, okay. And
yeah,
you
because you did it super quickly, like I haven't...
Yes, that's true, because this the Wargroove video was originally supposed to be for Friday, and then we got code a little bit earlier than I thought we were going to. So I said, screw it, we can do it the same day. We can get it out on Wednesday, yes. Which is why Medieval Kingdom Wars was out on Friday, because that was originally supposed to be on Wednesday. So
what happened is you got codes. You got the code email, and then you came into my office and you were like, Claire, we have codes for Wargroove. You know he says my name like that when he's really excited. I'm
not actually a puppy, despite what Claire seems to be implying at this point. I'm not actually a puppy.
Whatever.
It's lies.
Lies. He goes, well, I'll talk to you in 2 weeks' time.
I did say that. That was the thing I did say. That's fair. It's a good game, Claire. It's a bloody good game. So yes, this is Wargroove. Luckily, like, I just want to carry on with the campaign. Hang on, let's just actually move this to there. We go. I just want to kind of carry on with the campaign, to be honest. So it should not actually be that difficult for you to catch up with what's going on, Claire, as you are. No, you'd have never played Advance Wars. You'd have had no reason to. Unless I ever lent it to you for any reason.
No. I haven't played that, but I trust Claire over John. Thank you, Nathaniel. That's a great assessment.
Bad idea.
John is a puppy confirmed.
John is not a puppy.
No.
Occasionally, when I get really excited, I will kind of just bounce in on Claire and say, Claire, I've got an idea. Claire, I've got a stupid idea. Let's do the stupid idea. This is how it goes. This is actually what happens.
I mean, based on that tweet I did last night where I just quoted you saying how smarmy you are.
That wasn't a joke. Do you want to repeat that for people who aren't on Twitter?
What was it exactly? Goodness me. Wait a second, let me pull it up.
Oh god. That wasn't a joke, by the way. That was an actual thing I said. That was true. That was really true. That was a true thing.
Wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
People found it very funny, but it's kind of gone down a little bit from my...
Oh dear.
Yeah, no context, John. I do not have a massive ego, I'm just fit. Yeah, no context, John. I do not have a massive ego, I'm just fantastic. That's different.
You totally got the intonation wrong. That's different. Which would be right. By the way, I haven't even touched on like Wargroove having like having online multiplayer, which is like cross-platform, so you can just like do online matches with like everyone, and obviously a local player, because it's turn-based, you can just pass around a single controller or just take turns with the keyboard. So like there's online multiplayer with literally everyone, like, just, you know, cross-platform by default, because Wargroove's the best. And not only can you make your own custom maps, you can make your own flipping custom campaigns with, like, proper script and everything. So I'm totally going to do that at some point. I'll probably make a video about making my own custom campaign in Wargroove, just because I flipping feel like it. So, yes, let's go. Oh, I also unlock the arcade now. So, yeah, there's a bunch of, like, individual little challenges and stuff, and there's flipping Mercia just chilling out with her dead dad. I'm not sure whether that's actually, like, a memory or if she's just imagining it out of sadness. I don't need to actually no, I'll just pick up on that match. Sure, I'll just resume the match I already had. So, yes, this was where we were with some very, very good battle puppies. We've got some very, very excellent battle puppies here. So yeah, the way this game works, basically, in case you missed the video, is it's a turn-based strategy game where each unit has its own set of, basically, movement and who it's good about. This game is all about positioning and matchups. So, for example, this guy is a spearman. So if I just kind of click on him, yeah, he's a bit slow, but if he goes up against the right, I love how he's got, just because of the really deliberately retro GBA-style pixely graphics, it looks like his spear's wobbly. It looks like it just slightly, the spear tip just kind of wobbles slightly differently to the rest of it. So I like to think it's actually, you know, they're not even playing war, really. They're just kind of, this is all make-believe. This is all just basically a bunch of people just, like, cosplaying in the forest for fun. And, like, you know, they're all using, like, styrofoam weapons and stuff. It's all just lovely. It's all just a great big LARP, but with, like, puppies. So, oh, it's beautiful. But yeah, unlike recon units in the original Advance Wars, puppies are officially on feet, same as infantry. So they're allowed to actually go up on mountains, same as rangers. Yeah, there's some really interesting changes versus Advance Wars I'll kind of get into over time. You can only get over to here. I'm going to move this puppy just one step further forward just to slightly increase my vision range. Looks like there's nothing going on here at all. So yeah, if you just kind of hover over an enemy unit, it shows you how far they can move and how far they can attack, which makes it safe for me to actually move one space over here and just basically get ready to launch an attack with these. Though I can actually attack with my... Can I attack with my pups now? I can attack with one puppy. I'm going to attack with one puppy right now. Yeah, I'll send this one puppy up here just to get an attack in. So yeah, just move a unit to where it's allowed to move and then pick a target to attack, and it shows you how much damage you're going to do to it and how much damage they're going to do back to you. So move, and then I'm committed, and you get a little cutscene, but you can actually just like disable those in the options or just skip them if you hold down a button. And according to this game, dogs never die. So if a pup is ever defeated in combat, it will just run away and you will actually see it running back off the other side of the screen. So puppies can't die in this game. It's against the rules. And I'm just actually...
Like, Pokemon can't die or, like, not hurt at all?
Well, you'll see it right here because I didn't really, like, put this puppy in situation. Well, they'll attack that. Then these guys will attack back. And one puppy will now run away. So he's fine. Like, he clearly made it away. He's not dead. So everything's under control, basically. And then we can just start, taking some buildings just to actually get ourselves a bit more income in as well. So basically, yeah, it's a turn-based strategy game, so I get to move all my units once, and then they get to have their turn in return. But in this case, there's Fog of War. There's not always Fog of War, but there's Fog of War today. And ultimately, yeah, all my units have moved, so my turn's automatically over. These guys get to move in, and oh my goodness, they're coming for my dogs. How dare they? And dogs are, yeah, pretty resistant to infantry. Don't worry, he's fine. He ran away.
Yeah, but like, they come for your dogs. Like, that's so wrong.
They're plants. They don't understand. And this guy, actually, the AI does seem sometimes very keen if it feels it can't win. It's very happy to suicide into you to slightly weaken your unit. So that guy just basically suicided into my puppy. Which is all absolutely flipping fine. So, yeah, at this point, we haven't actually got any production facilities, so I've literally got nothing but what I've got. So I've got to be a bit careful, actually, because until I actually get up to this base up here, I physically can't train any more units, but I can reinforce. So, building, because a full strength unit took this, it starts off at 5 hit points, recovers 1 hit point a turn, up to 10, and then if I want to, I can reinforce. So I can actually click the reinforce button right here. In fact, I'll move him out here so he's a bit safe and out of the way. So that puppy has now been healed up, and he's got a little heart over him. So that puppy's fine, don't worry. And yeah, my commander can very easily just go in and do a whole bunch of stuff himself. He's a magic user on this occasion, that's his official reason. So, woobly woobly magic! Screw you, plants, you hurt my puppies.
Well, he's very good.
He's extremely good at his job. And then these puppies are going to get revenge for their puppy friends who would just attack. So they're just going to run in and go chompy chompy chomp, and the plants go down. So that is puppies 1, cabbage 0. Spot on. Right, while I just move up my units, Claire, what have we got down at the beginning of the chat today?
Yeah, we've got a message from Chris, who gave us $40. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very, very much indeed.
And says, I'm not sure if I'll be able to catch all of the stream. I've got lots of chainsawing to do.
Wow, sounds pretty awesome.
I'd like to at least pop in to help y'all with snacks.
Excellent. I like snacks.
So yeah, we've got millionaire shortbread today.
Yeah, you got some. That's not a common snack, but you did pick up some millionaire shortbread.
No,
that's
true. The reason I don't buy millionaire shortbread a lot is because it is literally my favorite food.
Ah, so you'd eat it too much.
Yeah, totally. I don't know. The first time I visited London when I was like 18 or 19, came over with a friend. We had them and we didn't know what they were, and like after I moved to London permanently for like 2 months, I was like, I hope I found that thing again. I hope I find that thing again someday, that I don't know what it was called, but it was the best thing ever. And then I did, and it was magic.
Ah, excellent.
Anyway.
Okay, let's see if I can get this dog up on the mountain. Because, yeah, from mountains, you get bonus vision range. So, I'm a bit worried for this puppy. He should be fine, and we should be able to heal him up. And I'm actually up to my CO power, or groove, in this game. So, hopefully this puppy is fine. He's got protection of 1. This puppy might be in a bit of trouble. I think he should be okay, actually. I think he can take another hit. So this guy's going to come in and follow up with this puppy. Kind of with coin flipping here. The puppy might be wiped out or... No, the puppy's just survived, which means we can heal him up. So the puppy is flipping okay. So yeah, at this point... Oh, and yeah, my groove is ready. And the groove for this character is, yeah, a little kind of powerful protective object. He slaps it down and anything inside the radius gets defensive bonus. What? I don't know if it actually lasts until he uses it again. Like, that area's just permanently safe if it's only one turn. I'm actually not sure. Are you in range? No, you're not in range for any of that. So if I just move you down here, then you will have an attack. Because, yeah, the hunters can actually move and fire, which is a change from Advanced Horse, but whatever. Yeah, but they're much stronger if they don't have to move, which is... I like the new critical hit system, because it means units aren't just what they are. Units, like, have a lot more tactical flexibility to them, which is kind of cool. You, by the way, should just actually head up here and just secure this. We're not going to need our commander. So the more, the more important thing is just start moving north and just securing buildings, getting in some money, locking down a barracks, because they've got their own commander out there somewhere, and I'm not sure what his special ability is, Sedge. So I should, probably find that out. Right, puppy, actually, you know what? This puppy can be my scout puppy, and he can reinforce at the same time. So, there we go. Puppy healed up. Yay, puppy is safe. And you, meanwhile, can just move over here and attack this guy from this direction, because then I'll see if there's anything else hiding in the forest, but I don't think there is, and I'll just skip this animation, because we're going to finish him off nice and flipping easy. Very, very good indeed. And you can, you can't quite make it there, so I'm just going to attack you from this angle. The puppies might take a little bit of damage in return, but they'll basically weaken those guys sufficiently that, can you even make it to... Yeah, you can actually make it to attacking this building, but you won't be able to actually secure it because there's no one else to actually capture. All they can do is knock it back to being neutral, at which point I can just basically capture it again the following turn, so it doesn't actually matter. So that's all fine. Claire, back to you.
Yeah, shout out to Sci-Fi Storm in chat who says the protection stone, it lasts 5 turns, it loses 2 HP per turn until it dies.
Oh, it's actually an object that's physically on the map. Yeah. I thought it was... Okay, does actually, the person who knows that, if they could also confirm, does it also block enemy movement? Does it act like a building where until it's destroyed it blocks enemy movement, so you could actually use it to choke points? Or can anything pass through it?
And while we wait for that, shout out to Bees, who gave us $2. And says, bees. I called this as the stream. Yeah, it wasn't.
I don't think you needed to. I don't think you needed to be a rocket scientist to figure that one out, unfortunately.
And shout out to Chris, who gave us $5. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very, very much indeed.
And to Ella, who gave us £1.99 and says, they're good games, Clarence. They are good games. I didn't have a Game Boy Advance.
Oh, you've got a DS because you have Pokemon Heart Gold.
I do have a DS, and we have the Switch now, and this is out on the Switch as well, I think.
I might.
We don't have it.
I might just straight. Yeah, the code they gave me was the PC version. Obviously, I might just straight up buy the Switch version, just because I kind of want to have this. So. Well,
I mean, I was thinking that I might want to buy the Switch version so I can play it while you're working because John's always recording videos It's just... Yeah,
there's 2 games I want to get on the Switch in particular, which is I want to get Civ 6 on the Switch. Actually, I'm not sure what performance is like. Anyone in the chat, if you've got Civ 6 on the Switch, what's performance like? Like, does it actually run okay? Because I know some games, like City Skylines, the Switch version is a bit on the stuttery side because, it's a bit ambitious for a Switch, to be honest, and I'm just going to top up this guy as well.
Okay, so in response to your question...
Oh, yeah?
It's just a unit on the map, so yes, it blocks movement.
Oh, that's really interesting.
A few people are saying it can be destroyed if attacked by the enemy, and it's quite weak, so it'll get destroyed.
Yeah, okay, so it's got low defenses, fine. Okay, that's really interesting. So in theory, if in an absolute emergency, you could just plonk it down the bridge to just slow down the enemy a little bit, but probably better to keep it at the back, and yeah, if it lasts 5 turns. Is it as strong as it is all 5 turns, or does it diminish, the amount the defensive bonus it provides, does that diminish over time as well? That would be interesting to know. Because, if there's... Actually, okay, I think there's 2 problems I think I have with this game, and they're really tiny problems. One is, as far as I can tell, do you actually have a way to actually, get... I don't know if you can actually access, the CO, the commander overview, from here. Can you access the codex? No, you can. Okay, fine. So that doesn't exist. Actually, you can access there. I think, the description of the CO powers is a little bit vague. It could do with, a little bit more explanation. The stuff that I've just been told there should be there. The only thing I've actually got a problem with this game is if you go in the unit card, I find effective and ineffective quite difficult to read. Like, I think it's sometimes a bit hard to see, hang on, what do those tiny images correspond to against effective and vulnerable? Because, like, it can be a little bit hard to tell. Like, I can see, like, you know, the one on the far right of effective is the dog unit for the forest creatures. And, like, the one third in from the left on vulnerable is, like, the battleship. But, like, what are the others? I find it a little bit hard to tell. So that I think that could do with a little bit of work.
Okay.
I mean, it's a tiny thing. It's a tiny thing. Yes, Claire.
Okay, so Sci-Fi Storm says it's always +3 defense throughout its life. Actually, once you unlock Alchemist, you might be able to heal it back up and extend the duration.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
if it's technically a unit, if you could use a healing ability on it.
Yeah. Sean says I have Civ 6 on Switch. The only kind of lag appears late in the game, but even then it's only minimal when there are lots of units. And other people are pointing out, even on PC, they do get
That's true.
Get lag.
It does stutter a little bit, yeah.
It stutters even on your PC, which is, you know, your work PC.
Not as bad as Stellaris. Stellaris is crazy for that, but then Stellaris, there's a lot of stuff going on.
But I mean, like, for a regular person's gaming PC, that's not like, you know,
true.
being optimized.
Very true.
And, you know, I mean, we have a very expensive main PC for
the main PC, because it has to run, like, we got it just ahead of Fallout 4 VR, so it needs to be ready to run, like, the biggest, nastiest of Bethesda VR games, and I think it was, it's several £1,000s. It would be cheaper these days, because time has moved on, and, like, you know, it's got a 1080 Ti in it, and that's not as good as it once was. But, you know, it's still very good indeed. But, like, you know, the components will be a bit cheaper these days. But, like, you know, it's several grand's worth of computer because it's also got one of the i9 CPUs in it, which is totally unnecessary for gaming, but it speeds up rendering when I'm making videos, which is why that's got that there.
Rendering on your computer is so sexy.
It's so fast next to yours, I know, I'm sorry.
My computer's got an i7 in it.
That's true. You do have
my computer's optimized for video.
For the amount you spent on it, you've got a really solid computer.
Yeah. My computer's optimized for video editing and rendering rather than gaming because that's what it does. But my computer was optimized for that before I started working for you. I didn't realize it'd be doing that all bloody day every day.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's making a sad noise whenever I use it. I need to get a fan upgrade.
Yeah, your computer is very loud.
Yeah, I need to upgrade the fan in the case, maybe. I don't know. I need to work on it.
Okay, so the enemies totally just spawned units down south, by the way. So they're just cheating. And oh my goodness, hang on, what?
Sorry, somebody brought Pippa Funnel PC up, and that almost made
fuck Pippa Funnel so hard. Like, luckily I didn't try to play that. I didn't try to play that on my main PC. I played that on my old PC, which still cost like $1,000, and I had to reset it to factory default because the old fucking DRM bullshit that was attached to that game literally basically broke the PC. So I had to reset everything. Oh, Claire, look at what they're riding! It's riding a little bison sheep!
It's so cute!
That's the plaid knight! They're riding bison sheep, Claire!
Oh my god! No, this is why we made this game on Switch, because you and I share a Steam library, so I have so many games.
Yes, you have a ridiculous
in my Steam
number of
library
games.
shared from you that I cannot play because you're always on Steam.
I'm so sorry.
No. I mean, I just, you know, it was great when you were playing more Fallout 76 to make those videos, because then I could play stuff on Steam. But it'd be nice to have a few more games on the Switch. Anyway.
Okay, I'm deploying, my Hunter and 2 Spearmen south to deal with the forces that I know spawned in. I don't know what it is, but Spearmen are pretty solid troops. So whatever it is, 2 Spearmen and a Hunter should be able to handle it. And they've got, these guys are going to try and storm the bridge potentially. So I'll just have Emmerich basically block up the bridge for the time being. And I'll move this dog onto this mountain just to actually increase vision range.
Game of the year, it's got a cute bison.
It's got a cute, fluffy sheep bison. And to be honest, I mean, Claire, look at the horse. It's a cow puppy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't look anything like a flipping horse.
I mean, the animals kind of look
cow
like they're
puppy.
out of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
They are just adorable. They are absolutely flipping adorable.
Someone has decided it should be called the Fluffalo.
The Fluffalo!
I think that was Dark Knot 12 brought this up the first time.
Approve. Very much approve. I'm going to move this knight here. This pup's going to take some damage from this infantry right here, but then this knight will just ride in and finish him off, so it shouldn't be a problem. We've already got... Yeah, if I move him to here, I'm going to reinforce you a little bit. That was probably unnecessary, to be honest. But yeah, I've got 2 full-strength pups, Emmerich and a knight round here. I'm going to deploy another pikeman south. Who can either help out with the bridge or with the rest of it. I don't know where their commander is. The pups should be able to handle this because they're in a forest. They get defensive bonus. So yeah, the pups have still got like 2 hit points. And that guy's now on a road. So he's extremely vulnerable.
Wait, so did the game tell you to train some troops?
The game didn't officially tell me to train troops, but I gained a barracks. And I think the AI didn't start training its troops until I picked my first barracks for the sake of fairness. But the game never actually officially said, you must train troops. But like, if you've got money and you've got barracks, and you've got troop production facilities, you kind of may as well.
Yeah. Someone just brought up that the game had asked you to do that, so
yeah, so in come the cow puppies! Stabbity, stabbity, stab. You shouldn't have hurt my puppy. Right, and you go on top of this here mountain, and now I should have good visibility now I've got really good visibility across the river, so if they try and storm the river, I will see them coming. And this knight should just be able to go up here and do some big damage to this guy. I don't think these guys move until... Yeah, I don't think these guys move until you actually move into range. And yeah, this guy doesn't want to charge into my hero. And, oh, Claire, you know what? We've got puppies. Do you want to see the plant puppy?
Yeah. What? Is that like a... That looks like a tiny, French bulldog cactus.
It is. That's exactly what it is.
I mean,
it's a French bulldog cactus.
Dog, but green.
It's so cute.
My God.
I think it's called like a quip pup. Hang on, what's it called? I can check this.
Oh, does it have cute names?
Yeah, they all have cute names.
Oh my God.
They all have cute names. I'm not sure if I can check them because no, this is just my thing. So my ones are just called war pups. They're called like quip pups or something. They've got like a cute name, but yeah, they are basically cactuses. Right, you get over to here. Yeah, you get into this forest over here and guard this, and then you just get back over here for the time being. I might actually want to bring one of these pups.
Frog dog.
It is basically that. Yeah, I'm going to bring one of my puppies down south just so I can actually see anyone who's hiding in the forest, because the pups they're basically like overlords in StarCraft. They have the special ability to basically see into forests, and normally you wouldn't be able to see into a forest that's adjacent. That's so welcome, by the way, because one of the things that was kind of annoying about Advance Wars was forests. If you had a map with lots of forests and there was like and there was like fog of war, it could be really annoying, slow going. Like there's one particular mission in Advance Wars 1 where I think you're taking on Drake and it's raining and there's forest and it's such a grind. It's a really annoying mission.
Okay, two things.
Yes, Claire.
First up, the game actually did tell you to train troops, you just weren't paying attention. Thank you to SD and T-Vera for...
Sounds about right, yeah. Sounds fair.
And Sci-Fi Storm says, number one, those pups are called quagmuts.
Quagmuts, yeah.
And there's a button under all the units in the codex that's labeled toggle faction. And
oh, shit. Factions. This game's literally perfect. Right, okay. Oh, you're right. So, the options are battle pups, dreadhounds, who are puppies with little skulls on their faces. Yep, quagmuts, who is not technically a dog. It's fair to say the only substantive difference between the two is the quagmut's lack of fur.
Get us a bloom dragon!
You want a bloom dragon? Yeah, there's bloom dragons as well. Everyone gets a dragon. It replaces the bomber. And I really like how the yellow comet, they're like, it's all robots. It's all really cool, like really naff robots, which is really awesome. They do like, and there's the Thunder Bear, and yeah, like a hawk bow and the little old-fashioned wagon, and obviously the dog unit of Yellow Comet is just a different type of dog, as you do. So, and yeah, the bond between the war pup and the battle master is so strong that if their masters are struck down, the bereaved pups are relieved from duty and given to the departed battle masters' families.
No, we can't have sad puppies.
Aww. Excellent. Oh, you can't keep a good dog down is the official reason for why there's dreadhounds, who are the undead puppies. You can't keep a good dog down. This game is full of puns. It's constantly... So yeah, aside from a lack of fur and absolute refusal to fetch sticks, the quagmut is just as good a scout as a dog and just as good a boy.
Well, obviously.
Good boy. They just apparently come out of the quagmarsh. They're just found in the marsh. Aww. Excellent. They're adorable. And are you about to try and charge my pups, by the way? No. Because, yeah, the interesting thing is rivers used to be a boundary to everything in Advance Wars but infantry. Now just about everything can cross them. But, as to compensate for that, one, they're on hazard 2, so you're really vulnerable while you're in the river. And 2, like, the cost, especially for horses to cross them, is ridiculously high. So, like, that cavalry cannot make it over to me. But I could actually make it over to him if I wanted to. But I really shouldn't, because, yeah, cavalry destroys dogs. So I definitely shouldn't go doing that. And I've already trained a ranger there. In fact, yeah, if I can get my ranger up to here, 1, 2, 3... From the top of that mountain, this ranger could actually, yeah, potentially get a shot in. And there's one of the quagmires. Do I want to push forward with my hero right now? I could just basically deny them this building, just to deny them income. But honestly, I'm happy to just wait while I just secure, the rest of the actual buildings to the south. So I'll end my turn right there. Right, Claire, back to you.
Yeah, sorry, I was just talking about PC builds in the chat a little bit, aside from...
Did you see they have angry eyes while they're charging? They actually have little angry eyes while they're charging.
So cute!
They're ridiculously cute. So yeah, it's basic infantry coming in from the south, but by now these buildings have mostly recovered. And I don't know, like, people who've played this game maybe a bit more than me, do you know how the damage from buildings is calculated? Because it looks like it might be flat damage to me, because, like, even when the building's really, really weak, it seems to do, like, loads of damage anyway. Like, it doesn't seem to make a difference whether the building's at full strength or 1 hit point. It seems to be, like, flat damage based on unit. So I'm not sure about that, but I'd be interested to, if anyone's got confirmation on that. I can actually hit, no, I can't hit you. Bring 1 battle pup down just to, in fact, can you just get on that mountain and just see if we can see, there we go. I thought there might be another one right there, and now we can see him. So you, hang on, where are you right now? Yeah, you can't get to there. If you guys want to try and attack this building, you're welcome to try. This guy can make it over to... You can't break a strength 5 building right now. I'm just going to move around here. And, yeah, you can wait there. Because, yeah, while he can cut through the building, he's not allowed to stop at that space and attack from it, unfortunately. So, you guys just head down over here. You can't make it to... Yeah, you can't make it to that spot. So, you just make it over to there instead. And then you can deal with this guy if he's going to attack this one, which he probably will. Yeah, that should be fine. They might be able to knock out one of these buildings back to neutral, but it shouldn't make a big difference. And in comes, that's Sedge himself, isn't it? Yeah, capable but vicious Florin General. Okay, what's his special ability, just so I actually know here? Hang on, mission, codex, commanders. So we got Sedge right here, and his ability is... Hang on. There we go, Sadistic Rush. So hits a target for 35% damage. If it's killed, he gets to do it again. Okay, fine. So it's going to take him a long time to charge that up anyway. So he can only damage units under 3 hit points or lower. So right now, it wouldn't actually help him to do that, so that's fine. And you can actually get... Claire, I'm going to have to attack the dog. I'm really sorry. But the dogs need to go down before they charge over the river. But they're fine, because they're just going to run away. They're going back to the quagmarsh. They're fine.
I'm judging you.
They're just going back to the quagmarsh, Claire. Right, you need to fall back, like, 1 space over here. Because it's very important that you actually... Ah, that's annoying. The knight can't actually get... I thought the knight could make it to here, but the knight can't actually quite make it to there.
Hey, John.
Yes?
How excited are you for XLVR?
I'm not sure it actually exists. That's a bit of an overstatement, but it will be very...
Well, you're the one who excitedly tweeted about it. So
yeah, but that was a joke. It doesn't actually properly exist.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to have to put this dog into a position where it might be a little bit at risk just to try and salvage... Just to try and save this guy. Yeah, the dog's going to have to go over here, so we're going to lose some visibility. And actually, could we get a pikeman up on the mountains? Yeah, we get a pikeman up on the mountains. That's kind of cool. Yeah, let's just get a pikeman right up there, because he'll get good visibility from up there. That'll do, and you just stay there for the time being. I need to heal up this guy, because, yeah, it's kind of... If I can defeat Sedge, that's instant victory. So if I've just got enough firepower, and this guy is... I could have actually put down my defensive thing, or maybe I'll put it down next turn. Yeah, the thing about the CO powers is obviously it burns your hero's turn, so it's a bit more of a tactical choice than a CO power used to be in Advance Wars, which is very interesting. Still, at least his little bisons are going to be in a bit of trouble, so that'll be another... Oh yeah, 2 of them chased off, nice. Now is Sedge coming along here, and yeah, you're attacking that, fine. So that's down to... Okay, you're going to that. Okay, good. They haven't actually focused fire, which it probably would have worked out better for them if they had. So he's going to go for that, and all these units are now damaged. And he's, of course, training more units as well. Sedge appears to have fallen back slightly. I don't know where he is right now, so I might need to bring up a battle pup to get myself visibility from the top of the mountain. Okay, so now I should be able to finish off... Yeah, you can be finished off nice and easily, like that. Beautiful. So all my buildings, I think, will actually stand. I don't think any of them are going to get damaged. So in that case, you can start moving up back to the north. You can... Okay, stop moving around me, you bastard. You move over to... Okay, that's quite clever positioning, AI. Well done. Can you make it down to here? No, you can't make it down to there either. Right, bring up... None of you can really hurt the knight at all, so you might as well finish off the knight right now. I kind of want Emmerich to fall back just to actually get himself topped up in health. And then if I can just put something over here, yeah, to finish off you. Actually, you do pretty well, yeah. The pup can go on the bridge for the time being, just to actually, yeah, because pups are very effective against basic infantry. So, just like recons, especially when he's on a road. So, they'll be able to hurt him back if they decide to move into the river. But if they move into the river... Bad call for them, quite frankly. If anything, I might be better off trying to... No, I shouldn't try and push across the river. That'd be a bit too much. But I could... Yeah, I could finish off the dog right there. So let's just get him out of the way because he's actually got the movement point. So he goes down. You move over to here. Emmerich, you actually move over to this spot and reinforce from there, please. So Emmerich's back up to full health. And then get another ranger on the field right there. Let's just get a bit more artillery dotted around. And I should really send something over there to secure this building. But they don't seem to be in a rush to take it. So that's fine. And puppy reinforcements heading north rapidly. Yep, that all seems to work just fine for now. You take this building, not building, they're people, but spearmen can easily handle basic infantry, and then you come around this way to make sure they're not about to try and do something stupid like looping around. Yeah, that guy's going to die next turn. He might take this building, but we can take it straight back, so no problem whatsoever. And I think that's, yeah, I don't want to move that dog. Job done. Right, Claire.
Yeah, shout out to Brian, who gave us $2 and says, love you guys, and to Simon, who gave us £5 and says, hi John, I'm currently banishing Sedge. This game is flipping awesome, but makes me want a new War Series game, sorry.
Yeah.
Have you seen that there are Advance Wars remake maps as DLC for this?
I have not yet, but it doesn't surprise me that that's the first they'd make. The one I'd love, because my favourite map from the original was the one with the 4 islands and the 5th big island in the middle, like the massive 4-island map from Advance Wars 2. I can't remember what it was called now, but that was kind of my favourite. So I kind of hope that is. I kind of hope that someone makes that one, because that was always my favourite map. Okay, 1 dog unit was cleared out there, but they didn't actually push through the bridge. And I know they've got an archer somewhere in range of here. I think he must be on the road there, actually. So you actually didn't successfully take out this house. So that's all absolutely fine. I'll leave 1 spearman down here, but I'll send the other 2 back northwards. And that was the last of the rear ambush. No, actually, it looks like the game has confirmed no more are coming, so I can bring everything back north in a hurry. Good, because a bunch of spearmen now grouped together will be very, very useful indeed. You are sadly not quite in range to finish off these guys. And this guy tried to cross the river. So, actually, do you have 1, 2, 3? No, you wouldn't have range of that thing anyway. If a battle pup could get up on a mountain, that'd be good. Actually, you know, I might just try and storm... Yeah, I might just actually have you attack in this direction. Because that should... Yeah, there we go. We've got his own archer revealed there. So the pups run into the river, and the river puts those guys at a massive disadvantage, so they are absolutely screwed. Now, if I were to move forward to here, then I'd have a shot. Yes, 70% damage at their archers, but I would be in the river, so I'd probably be torn apart immediately afterwards. Though I could actually finish them off straight after that point. It would push them forward, but it would leave me very exposed. probably not worth the risk. Though I could actually push forward with my knight, but then my knight would be in range of spears. So that's definitely not the right way to go. Right, let me have a think about how I want to arrange that. Claire, back to you.
Yeah, a shout out to Nathaniel, who gave us $20 and says, congratulations, you caught me after payday. Also, whenever I hear John talk about having a plan, I think of the phrase, the risk I took was calculated. Man, am I bad at math.
Approve.
Yeah, pretty
Very
much
approve.
Approve. And shout out to some other guy, part 2, Electric Boogaloo, who gave us $20 and a little smiley face. And also Mega Raptor, who gave us $10.
Hello, Mega Raptor.
Hello John, hello Claire, how are you doing this weekend? I'm doing well, but I'm not going to be able to watch today. I hope it goes well. This game looks amazing.
It really does. It's so good. It's so nice. I love it.
Really, really good. Anonymous gave us £7 and wanted to know, John, have you heard of Iron Harvest? And if so, can you please play it on the channel?
Can I have heard of what? Iron Harvest was that?
Yes. Sorry,
I have not. I'm not familiar with that. Is that new or?
I don't know. I'll make a note.
Make a note of it. I'm not familiar with that. And yeah, I've actually got, at this point, I've now got my defense down on the bridge here. So anyone trying to push against the puppy will be walking straight to this defense thing. So yeah, allied unit within the Crystal's aura enjoy increased defense. Health depletes over time. Interesting. And obviously it can't move, but it does actually have a sight. It does have a sight range of 5, which is interesting. So actually, if you placed it somewhat forward, it might actually be somewhat useful as a recon thing, which is kind of cool. What do I actually need here? You know what? I'm just going to get a really basic unit of infantry out, purely to go over here just to secure this, and maybe start moving up towards this building. Like, at this point, I think we're out economying them, so I think we're fine. And I don't want to push over with my knight just yet, because, yeah, sadly, I was hoping this guy would die, but he survived with 3 hit points, which means if he hadn't done that, I would have actually sent my, probably sent my knight over to here to actually, no, that would have been range of the spear, so I probably wouldn't have done that. You can't make it to, no, you can't make it to there. That's probably fine. I'll leave my knight where I am for the time being. Don't know where Sedge is right now. Okay, so he's come forward. Let's see how much defense that does. Oh, it's just +3. It's officially just basically adds 3 points of defense to any unit within it. I get it. Yeah, so the puppy should hopefully be able to stand up to this. Yeah, just, but they took a lot of damage. But that's fine. Now we can just start getting critical hits against them. And sadly, that'll finish off the puppy. But that means he's basically massively overexposed his units now. So they're either on a road or in a river. So we can seriously lay the hurt down with critical hits with our actual archers at this point. So they're kind of screwed. At this point, this actually, though we had to sacrifice 1 dog unit for that, it's actually worth it. Claire, over to you while I just get everyone in position.
Yeah, Anonymous says Iron Harvest is not out yet, but it's a Diesel Punk RTS. So I'll just look it up on Steam in a minute when I have a moment. But shout out to Insidious Triumph, who gave us $5 and says, apparently all the different species from Starbound are in this.
I know that is it Nuru? Hang on, it's in the codex, it's the one who is, I know very specifically, was, Nuru. I know she's a Starbound character. I didn't know anyone else was from Starbound.
Yeah, there are suggestions that the game exists in the same universe. Can you confirm?
Well, I know Nuru is from there. I don't know if anyone else is, because I've never played Starbound. So, but I had heard that, and that's why it says whose skills are out of this world, because she's from Starbound.
Yeah.
But I didn't know there was anything more to it than that. Okay, let's see what the right way to do this is, because you're a spearman. Okay, so...
Can you let me say one more than one to get a pan, please?
Yes, you can. Okay, yes, fine.
Shout
Whatever.
Shout out to Yadek, who gave us $20 and says, I wish I could stay for the stream, but I'm off to have dinner and game night with friends. It sounds like it's raw hard to be you.
Yeah, sounds pretty sweet. That sounds pretty sweet.
Pretty nice. He says, so here you go. Looking forward to watching the video from this stream. Hail Tabby.
Hail Tabby indeed.
Yes indeed.
So let's just see how much damage we can do. Yeah, so because that dog is in the river, and thus he's on a level 2 hazard, 130 damage with the critical hit factored in. Which is pretty major.
It's just Nuru and just the Florins. No robot knights or fire people, unfortunately.
Oh well. And yeah, we got lucky with the critical there, because that was a bit of a coin flip whether it would actually kill or not. And it did, so that's absolutely marvellous. So now I'm just kind of curious, can we actually... yeah, we might be able to finish off the plant dogs even without a critical. No, they just survived. They got lucky there, but they're not actually in the way, so it's not actually a big deal. So I can actually, if I wanted to, I could actually push against that house just to break it, and I'd basically be engaging Sedge at that point. Do I want to try and push an engagement against Sedge here? Probably not a terrible idea, to be honest. I'm just going to finish off their archer as well. I think I've got, like, the advantage of manpower here. So if I just kind of push forward and basically keep my Emmerich back behind units, then that's probably not a terrible idea. So, yeah, let's just actually push forward with a bit of infantry here. Let's just see if I can bait him. I'm not going to actively push into that house, but I am just going to put myself in range of him. So I'm going to just see if I can pull him forward. I'll leave the knight for now because the knight can be very powerful. But I'm going to get Emmerich ready to go here. What do I want to eventually provide a bit of support? Okay, right now I've got plenty of pikes coming up. I've got 3 rangers right there. Maybe another knight would be... Yeah, another knight would be good. Let's get another knight out on the field here because they can be very powerful once they get charging. I'm just going to see whether he wants to push forward or not. Because if this guy tries to push forward, he will die. Unless he reinforces. But if he reinforces, he can't attack the same turn and he'll weaken this building. Which basically works for me in either case. So either scenario really works for me. So Sedge, what are you planning to do at this point? Looks like he's moving back. Yeah, different units are coming in, but they're going to struggle because they're attacking spearmen on level 3. So even at full strength, yeah, look at that. That healing crystal providing +3 defense is sexy. So they've got some more units coming in, but at this point, they are throwing away units into critical hits from my archers faster than they can possibly recover. So this will, yeah, 78% damage right there because it's critical because I didn't have to move before firing. So they can only do so much of this. And also our economy is just going to keep improving over time. Claire, over to you while we just wipe out what they've just thrown at me.
Yeah, shout out to Bree, who gave us €5 and says, my PC died on me today, I'm so sorry.
Oh, that is very sad. I would be sad if that happened.
It refuses to get reset or get fixed, but at least I have John, Claire, Tabby, Jaffa Cakes, and War Puppies to cheer me up.
Oh,
well, we do what we can, but hopefully you can either... A few people in the chat were giving advice for like things that might help, so
yeah.
Hopefully that works out, or
I have
you
a
can
spell for this.
a warrior or something. I don't know. Hopefully you can sort it out.
Yes.
And get shiny new tech.
Shiny tech.
And shout out to Yasia, who gave us $20 and says happy weekend. I hope everyone is well. We do have war puppies, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, and adorable little marsh puppies as well.
That you shoot because you're a monster.
They're on the other side. I have to.
They're the baddies.
They're the bad puppies. Oh no, I can't say that. You're right, I'm a monster. Go away, bad puppies. Oh, their little stretchy faces.
It jumped at you because you called it a bad puppy.
Strikes me as eminently fair and reasonable.
Yeah, totally.
At this point I can use my knights. Actually, you know what, look at this. This is really cool. Knight, because you can get criticals against buildings, if I actually use this knight, with the critical, he can actually one-shot that building, and thus he'll take no damage in return. So, yeah, with the critical damage, that just breaks, and thus there's no counterattack. So that's, I mean, how much do they have left? They've got 3 buildings and the actual barracks. So that is not good for them. Not good for them at all. I'm just going to move you back to here. And then, yeah, I'll actually just send up a couple more pikemen in preparation. But at this point, yeah, soon we'll actually have 4 units of pikes crossing the river. And when that happens, they're screwed. Because a line of pikemen is very, very tough indeed. And I'll actually move this puppy just very slowly up as well, just for the intelligence. And yeah, I can see 1 right there. So at this point, Sedge has got to commit himself. Because otherwise, he's just going to get slowly worn down. That's just some more infantry piling in. They'll finish off that unit of pikes, but I've got plenty more coming in. Sedge has got to try and do something. Because otherwise he's going to die. Yes, Claire.
The chat wants to send you to The Hague for calling those puppies bad puppies.
I didn't mean they were bad puppies. I meant they were the puppies on the bad side.
Uh-huh.
It's different.
Well, the point counter for the bad place doesn't care about that, John.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dear.
And my puppy can very easily claim the life of that little bit of infantry. And yom, down you go. And now, yeah, I should actually be able to just actually take this building myself. This should be fine. Could just send my knights forward just to basically chase down what infantry is left and just get a bit of a view as to what's going on. If I can get some infantry on top of a mountain, that'd be great at this point, but can't quite do that yet. Rivers are just a bit too aggressive to cross in one go. So I'm just going to start pushing across the river right here, get you on the mountain just for the added visibility, and yeah, everyone's just moving up at this point. Yeah, we'll probably just be mostly focusing on wrapping up these. Though actually, if I use my knights to wrap up these lads, then I can use my archer to actually claim the building, just for the added revenue. Honestly, I'm sitting on more money than I can actually spend right now, so I kind of may as well just spam knights for a bit, because they're just generally good all-purpose knights. And no, I can't quite get up to that puppy, unfortunately, unless. Hang on, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could actually do some good damage to that puppy if I could just clear this pike out of the way. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So those archers are going to clear out that pike. And now with the added visibility, this knight can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means he doesn't get the critical, but knights are really effective against puppies. So they're just going to go in and go pointy, pointy stab. Back to the marsh you go. You're definitely not dead. That's very confirmed. And my leader, now I know he's safe, can basically just go and claim that building. So that's just more money for me, which I don't really need, but it does at least give me a place to recover. So even if you don't need the money, it's kind of worth doing anyway. Just it gives you a point to reinforce, like, you know, close to the enemy lines, which is really interesting. It means like it's worth continuing to capture buildings, which is very cool. And you start moving up in this direction. We can start taking out that building, so you can just go in that direction right there, and everyone else pushes forward. Claire.
Yeah, shout out to Captain Cool404 who gave us £5 and says, "Hi John, why must you stream during the England match?"
Oh, this is the Six Nations thing, yeah?
It says I can't decide what to watch. I'm not sure which match it is because I don't really do
Yeah, I think this is the Six Nations thing.
And he says also, "My dog Bumble says hi."
Oh, good dog.
I said Bumble, okay? Last time the chat thought I said bumhole, which I did not, because if I had, I would have pronounced the H.
You do sometimes not pronounce H's, or pronounce them when they're not there. This is the thing you do because
you're
you're French.
called Bumble, and Bumble was cute, and the chat made it weird.
You do on occasion mispronounce things with H's and not, because that's a thing French has a bit of a problem with.
Rude.
You do this! You actually do this! This isn't rude, this is a fact.
Yeah, but like, it's rude for you to point it out to other people who don't know.
Oh dear. Right, at this point, yeah, I'm staying. If I actually push forward with this knight, I might. What's the right thing to push forward with? Actually, if I push you on top of this mountain, I'll probably get visibility of sedge. No, I need a puppy for that.
Everybody needs a puppy.
Yeah, I don't have enough puppies right now, so I can't see sedge because he's actually in a forest. So the only way I can actually expose him, I believe, is actually forwarding my knight right over here. So I'm going to forward my knight to there, and that's going to let my archers get at least a little bit of an attack in, just as a starting point, just to start weakening him. And Emmerich's up on a mountain, so if he decides to try and attack Emmerich, then, yeah, it's 6% damage, which is basically nothing, because he's in the forest, so he's very well defended. He'll probably heal that off, to be honest, but it's fine. It basically just, you know, it's just the beginning of our attack here, and I've got plenty of knights piling in from the rear, and I've got so much money I can just keep them spammed at this point. Yeah, at this point, like, just economically, I will win. It's just a question of how we pin down this guy.
Okay, so in the chat, we've got Tsuruto, who says, "Darling, I want to watch this really badly because I want to watch John be silly, but I also just bought the game and I don't want spoilers."
That's fair.
Is this a spoilers type of game? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, like, you know, the thing is, like, when I made my video, like, in the very opening cutscene, they say, close your ears if you want to avoid. Literally anything could be a spoiler. There's, like, the king mutters, "Oh, at some point I need to tell Mercia about the battle long ago at the Forces of Cacophony." It's like, okay, so the Forces of Cacophony, who are going to be color-coded black, because the equivalent of Black Hole, are going to show up at some point, because this is Advance Wars. But, like, you know, you can see everything that happens in this game ahead of it happening. Okay? You just can. And I don't think that's a bad thing. It's just a thing.
It's just like, a narrative setup that if
Yeah.
you know...
It's a charming game that does not want to surprise you particularly. It has no interest in surprising you. So...
Aww. Shout out to Venus, who
Hello, Venus.
Who gave us £2 and says this has been the most adorable stream to date.
Oh, good. I'm
That's
glad
very,
you
very
think
nice
so.
Indeed. And shout out to Lord Lovecraft, who gave us 500 Japanese yen and says, War, what is it good for? Sunday morning live streams.
I was quite happy with War is hella good fun. I was quite proud of that.
And of course, he also says Saiko Ndesu, which is Saiko no Ndesu even, which is Japanese for best yen.
Excellent,
I
excellent.
believe. And Helen gave us €5 and says, I'm loving the work you bring out, even with the perception handicap. Keep up the great work.
Shh. Perception handicap, indeed. Whatever. Psh, indeed, yes. Now, time to use the forest against them, because unless they've got a pup nearby, they can't see into this forest either. And yeah, that crystal... Actually, this is interesting. If people have been doing loads of experimenting, is a crystal inside a forest in Fog of War invisible? Does it play by normal I am invisible rules? That's really interesting. I kind of hope it does. So that will be very interesting indeed. So let's just start getting these guys up here. And yeah, I'm just basically forward deploying my range at this point behind a shield of knights. So that's all absolutely fine. But yeah, at this point, we're just pushing towards the barracks. Next turn, if Sedge doesn't decide to engage right now, I will just be able to knock out the barracks, and that should be the end of this match. Claire.
Yeah, shout out to Nish Icon, who gave us $5 and says, I'm working today. I'm just jumping in during my lunch break. I'm bummed that I don't get to watch the whole stream. I was looking forward to this.
I am sorry.
Face. I know. I'm working too. It's terrible.
This isn't work.
Yeah, it is
It's
work.
fun
but...
work!
Yeah, but like fun work is still work.
So they're trying to come in and counter-attack me right now. That dog's unfortunately going to go down, which is annoying because it's my last pup who's actually on the front line, which will mean I struggle to see into the forests. But I think I don't know where Sedge is, but he's just decided he can't be arsed with this business, which works for me. So I can just basically finish off... Yeah, I can finish off that pup in one hit because it's on a road and I get the critical. So I like the Rangers. The Rangers are very good fun. And then I probably want to send you over to here. Yeah, you can pretty much finish off these guys. So that knight can just basically head up the left, wipe out those infantry. If they don't die, yeah, it was 50-50. You can just basically finish them off right now, which is absolutely fine. So those spearmen have moved one step forward and also finished off these guys. So at that point, it's just a question of, yeah, you can actually attack these guys. Actually, no, you do that. You're in range already. So you get the critical 76%. Spearman finished off. Beautifully all. There we go. And then, at that point, yeah, we're just moving into attack territory. So attack and 22% against that base, and potentially both my knights can wrap this up immediately, at which point he's got no production facilities, and the match is ours. So, yeah, actually, my guy can... Oh, yeah, wow. My commander can actually get 75% damage against that straight away. So, that's 70% damage right there. Right, okay, that's something to remember. Like, knights are really powerful against towns. I didn't realise that towns would be so flimsy versus commanders and knights. So that's all absolutely fine. So in which case, I'll probably... Yeah, I'll finish it off with this knight. That might be instant victory, because he did say take the barracks or defeat Sedge. So I'm not sure if just knocking out the barracks is... You think you can beat Sedge so easily? No, we're into a cutscene instead. Sedge is going to hiss at me. Well, you're the one who didn't give battle. I offered you the bloody chance. This isn't the end of the hunt. Sedge will watch you. Sedge will stalk you. Did you least expect it? Sedge will pounce. Now, we could, of course, kill Sedge right now. We're not going to. This is a van source. So in a moment, we'll just let him go. Oh, but here comes his wise king, who's going to say, I'm so sorry about Sedge and all the dead people and dead puppies, but now we're going to be friends. Yeah, he's also, I think he's riding a tree moose right now. He's riding a tree moose.
That's so cute.
That is very cute. Who are these strangers? Invaders! No, we're Cherrystone. We're friends. We're not destroying the Gloom Woods. We're lovely. Sedge is just a bit of a dick. And Sedge, you didn't defeat them. Soon they will be dead. The Florin King. Hello, Greenfinger. We're going to be friends now. Victory! And I'm guessing the King's going to be much nicer to us. Ooh! Hello, choice of missions. And I've also unlocked Flora in the Codex. So hang on. What's this? We've got Act 1, Side 2, or Act 2. Ah, there's a side mission over here. Okay, I'll go and do a side mission, sure. What is a side mission? Alone in the woods. Caesar! Claire, we get to play as the puppy!
Woo!
Puppy, puppy, puppy.
Okay.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
we've got to have the story yet, because it's very important we know the story of how Caesar's a good boy. Just a couple of
Yeah.
thieves in the forest, and Caesar's just out for a sniff. And what have we here? It's a dog. Woof, says the dog. Be off with you. Oh dear. And the dog says grrr. And then yes, that's all fine. Get this villager back to camp and lock him up. I think Caesar's going to be angry about this. Caesar goes woof and decides that the only response is to raise his own personal army. And we've got, this is actually, a mission where it looks like there's no production facilities. So it's, officially what we're actually doing now is like a mission where you've got limited troops. You've got to be very, very careful. And what Caesar did was he went to the army and basically went bark, bark, bark until the other troops followed him. And then they're all saying, the commander brought us to this fortress. We'd better explore. Arf, says the dog. Oh, this is beautiful. Right, so obviously we want to put a bit of fire over the walls. So, yeah, because we've actually got limited troops right now. So, it would appear, they get +2 defense from being inside the castle. Possibly because I was shooting from over a wall, I'm not sure. So, okay, Caesar, how strong are you precisely? So we can... Okay, you didn't get an animation for that, but now my puppy can just go in and finish off that bandit. So, even though there are bandits around here, go in here. Finish off you, nyom nyom nyom. We'll take a bit of a stab back, but the puppies are in good shape, all things considered. And we can actually see, I can't quite get to the others. That's a shame. Okay, that puppy could be in a bit of difficulty. So what I'll probably do is... No, I'll keep the other pup back in case we need visibility. So that pup's going to come under a little bit of an attack, which is unfortunate. But he should be able to stand up to it. We might have a chance to... refresh him. What else have we got here? Yeah, so this is just like a little kind of fun side map where there's no building. This was what Advance Wars always did, by the way. There was a mix of like longer missions where you kind of had to build troops and shorter missions where you were given a certain finite number of troops and a finite number of enemy. I'm not sure there was ever an Advance Wars mission where you were given a finite troops but the enemy could build. There were missions where you could build and the enemy couldn't. But like they weren't the most common. But yeah, it's always fun to see this sort of thing. Claire, over to you.
Yeah, massive shout out to Tizzler who gave us £50. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you very, very much indeed.
They say, hey, I've done a lot of overtime at work recently, and your videos are what helps me chill out after a hard day's work, so I figure you deserve some of my overtime money. So here you go, and thank you.
Oh, well, thank you very, very much. That's very generous of you.
Yes, that is very kind. We've also got a message from Ella who gave us £5 and who says, I've made some good progress on my dissertation.
Oh, very good. What's your do we know what her dissertation is on?
I don't know.
Tell us, Ella, tell us.
I don't know. I'm rewarding myself with Burger King, 2 Point Hospital, and an MTN stream.
Nice.
I do love it when people tell us like what they're playing whilst they're watching this as well. Like someone was saying that they were playing this on Switch whilst watching, which was really, really fun. Emmy the Ewok, which is a really cute name, gave us £2 and says Caesar is the goodest boy I might actually cry.
He also doesn't actually fight by himself. He just he travels around with 2 humans who he rolls on his back. Did you see that?
I missed that!
He actually while his humans were doing the fighting, he just rolled his back and went, ah.
Oh,
and also when he runs into battle, he smiles. He actually smiles. Because he's the best boy.
Ooh, Nish Icon also says that apparently in the US they're going to get military working dog stamps in 2019, which sounds exciting. Military
working dog stamps, as in like a special design on postage stamps?
Yeah, like a postage stamp of good boy dogs.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they have some like really cool dragon postage stamps right now, but apparently they're really hard to find in an actual post office. Yeah.
Okay, so I see what you're doing here. Like, if you want to play really cautiously, because commanders get 5% healing per turn, you could just basically always send your commander forward first and then just wait until he heals. But I think, like, I saw on Twitter, they said, basically this game, unlike old Advance Wars, where it used to be like the rank it gave you was a function of enemies you killed, how many troops you lost, and speed. Like, I think I read somewhere, I can't remember this for certain, I think I read this on their Twitter, that it was all about speed. Their rankings were just how fast can you clear the map, which is interesting if so. So I'm just going to send my dog forward to scout, and yep, so we see that guy there. And let's just, okay, Claire, you want to watch this because you're going to want to see Caesar being a good boy.
Yes.
So he's going to run forward. Here we go. And then he runs forward with, and then he smiles, and then he does, and then he just, then yes, I know. He's got 2 humans to take care of him. He's got.
God, he's such a good commanding officer.
He's such a good commanding officer. That is true. Shh. This game is ridiculous and it's wonderful. So he can do that. Also, he is just Eagle from Advance Wars. I'm pretty sure his CO ability is everyone gets a second turn because he's such a good boy. He inspires them to try twice as hard.
That's amazing.
Because he's the goodest boy.
Yeah, we've got some. Shout out to RoboMonk who gave us £2 and says, "Our way through to Caesar playing along on Switch."
Damn straight.
Massive smiley face. That's really fun. And Reich says a friend of theirs in the US adopted a retired military dog.
Very good.
Yeah. I think my uncle had not a retired, but like an offspring of a customs dog.
Yeah. This was the German Shepherd, right?
Yeah, this was the Yobba. She was a good girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And his friend, the humans he's trying to say, Caesar, you're glowing. Orf! Oh, his groove must be fully charged. Obviously.
Such a groovy puppy!
To which they respond, he looks so inspiring.
Oh, yeah.
Inspiring is right. He aspires adjacent spent units to have a second go. That's how they balance it. It's only adjacent units to Caesar that get the second go. Fine, because it was always very powerful Caesar's ability. Eagle's ability, which was the entire map. So on this occasion, yeah, it's not quite as ridiculous because it's only units who are. It's only units who are adjacent to him. So the maximum it could be would be 4 if you could perfectly arrange them into a diamond. So, okay, that makes a lot of sense. So just, get the adjacency there for the pikemen, for the bonus. And then, as a result of that, my pups can get around the back here and can do a lot of big-ass damage to these archers, because archers are flimsy when you can actually get them. Though actually not as flimsy as you'd think. Like, I would have expected the dogs to maybe do a tiny bit more than, like, about 6 hit points. But that's fine. It's hardly a problem. Can strength 4 dogs do 2? Yeah, they can do 22. So that, which means Caesar can actually charge forward and finish off the archers, and then we're in good shape. Actually, how far could you... You probably could have done that, actually. Sorry, you could totally have done that. Always remember your ranged units and use them first, because your ranged units do actually have... obviously, they don't take counterfire unless it's a ranged unit. And then Caesar comes forward, rolls on his back like a good boy, and then... No, he was chasing his tail that time. He has multiple animations. That time he was too busy chasing his tail. Because he's a good boy. Right, Caesar, crack open this gate, because I assume that is one of the villagers we're supposed to be saving. And then at this point, this is probably just a good time to regroup. Right, Claire, all yours, while I just actually regroup my troops and free the first villager.
Yeah, a shout out to Ella, who gave us another £5 and told us the title of her dissertation. I think this might have come up before when we were playing other games, because she says she's an astrophysicist. Her dissertation is analysis of binary neutron star systems with radio pulsar observations.
I also play Stellaris, yes.
No, but I think it's come up before when we were playing a game that actually had a lot of physics and everybody was like, John, please stop.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Possibly Kerbal. Probably Kerbal.
I think maybe Kerbal, but it could apply to many different games, let's be real.
Also, we just opened the door to the prisoners, and the text just read, "Oh, Caesar's inspired them to fight." They've just magically become military units because they've been so inspired by Caesar that they want to fight.
Do we know what breed of dog Caesar is?
Hang on, let's just have a little look-see at him. Kind of hard to tell for absolute certain. Hang on, let's go into his codex page here. Uh...
I mean, he is majestic.
He's majestic. But it's, if you think you, like, know for certain what breed that's supposed to be, do say. I'm not 100% I'd be able to say with absolute confidence what he's supposed to be. Okay, now just move everyone around. Let's just regroup them. Keep my puppies towards the back. Keep the puppies towards the back because they're towards the weaker. And now I'm just going to basically slowly advance with the spears because when they're next to each other, they get the critical even when defensive. So don't go into the main hall until I've cleared out all the rest of the prisoners. So it looks like it's just, these round here. And then I'll just have enough troops to storm the main hall. Fine, so that all works for me. Claire, back to you.
Yeah, shout out to Bram, who wanted to know if you ever consider playing Advance Wars on the channel now that Nintendo is less strict about their content.
100% yes. I'll just need to figure out the right way to actually do it, because it's kind of fiddly, because I'd probably need to, like, hook up the GameCube and get, like, a GBA player and one of those, like, the GBA player compatible mini disc that let you use the GBA player, and I've tried to acquire one of those before. They may as well be created from the wood of the true cross for how difficult they are to come across. It's insane. It truly is. It's ludicrous. Like, it's so difficult to get hold of those things. So I don't know, basically. Hopefully, yes. It would be lovely to do so, but it will be a bit on the tricky side.
Yeah, and also Bram gave us €5 and says, John, please play Advance Wars on the channel as a series. I'll give you €50 if you do.
I would love to do it, and I'd love to just do something like the Advance Wars 2 campaign on hard mode, which is a real fun, interesting challenge, and there's some really cool missions in it. I'm going to slightly expose this dog to basically get this guy down. Okay, that dog might be about to be picked off by that infantry, but if it does, then it just opens up that infantry's being counter-attacked. That was the weaker dog anyway, so it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, I mean, my point basically was that if I asked John about a game and he says yes, absolutely, and you offer to give money for him to play, that's really not necessary.
Yeah.
And if I tell him about a game and he's like, no, there's no amount of money that you can give us, that'll make him change his mind because he's stubborn.
Well, let's not say no about it.
John.
Yeah. It's
John.
very unlikely. Very unlikely. That's true.
Yes. You really don't need to bribe us with money. Let us know if there are games you want us to play, because we do, take you guys' opinion into account. But yeah, and Thomas is like, John, please play Advance Wars Days of Ruin.
There's what?
Advance Wars Days of Ruin.
It's terrible. Shut up, Thomas. He knows it's terrible.
Yes, I know he knows that. He's made a note for me as well in his comment, which was very...
Whatever.
Very kind.
It's a bad game. It's a bad game. Boo. Boo Advance Wars Days of Ruin. Or Dark Conflict, depending on what country you're in. But it is a bad game. Very bad game. Bobtron
wants to know if you think that this game would be easy to get into if you've never played Advance Wars or Fire Emblems before.
Well, this campaign we're playing right now is effectively a tutorial campaign, because they've only introduced like a third of the roster so far. So I would probably say yes on that ground. Sadly, I can't quite get this hunter that's just been created into position to actually attack that guy, which is a bit of a shame, but we can get them around here at the bare minimum. So, yeah, just let's set these guys forward. If that spear wants to attack this bit of infantry, it's not the worst thing in the world. We'll take a couple of light knocks because you can't help it. Actually, one thing I've been really interested in is... obviously, in Advance Wars, there were no melee units. Every unit was a ranged unit because they were all using guns and cannons and whatever. So, as a result of that, like in this game, of course, they charge. So, does that mean during the counter-attack, when you're attacking, does the defensive bonus of the territory you started on still count for anything or not? Because it used to, because you used to be inside that territory when the counterfire hit you. But now that you've run across to the territory on the far side, does it count for anything? If people know that for certain, could they confirm that? Because I've been wondering that, whether during counterattacks, the terrain you start on counts for anything or not. Because it's an interesting question, I think. So please do confirm that if you happen to know.
Yeah, and shout out to Baz, who gave us £5 and says, thanks, John, for getting this game on my radar. I bought it, but because of your video, the wait to buy it was agony.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this one for a very long time. So I understand the pain.
Yeah, and shout out to Paul who gave us $5 and says, John, you've gone and made me buy another game that I'll spend endless hours on. I'm trying to be a responsible adult, John. Not helping.
Yeah, well, when an Advance Wars game comes out for the first time in a decade, you're allowed to spend money on it. I think this game's actually not expensive, actually. If I recall correctly, I think it's actually very reasonably priced.
Yeah.
Which is very cool.
I think people were saying it's around like 20.
Yeah, if you'd asked me, I thought it was 20. Which I think is very reasonable. For what you get, given, as you say, you get online multiplayer with, that's cross-platform, so it doesn't matter, anyone, you can just play online, you can play versus friends, and local multiplayer. And this is just the tutorial campaign. It looks like it's quite long. I know for a fact, every character's got their own campaign, because, I don't know how different they are from each other, but I know there are different campaigns per character, because I've seen it in the trailer. Multiple campaigns, a long base campaign, even if it's slightly duplicated, multiplayer local and multiplayer online, and create your own campaigns, and an arcade mode, and a challenge puzzle mode. It's a very generous game, I would say. I think it's a really generous game, in fact. You get a lot for your money. And this is actually perfect. This spear comes forward. He's got the adjacency off the half-strength spear, and if we're lucky, it's kind of a coin flip. When you get to 95, 96 damage, it's kind of a coin flip whether you kill them or not. There seems to be... I think there's a damage range in this game, but I don't know exactly how it's calculated. It's a bit hard to see for certain. So, wait, how are you... Oh, you're doing that because you're standing next to him. Yes, I thought I had to run round to get to him, but no, you're standing next to him already, so you don't need to. Okay, just send this guy forward. I might be able to get, Caesar. Can you get on top of him? No, Caesar can't quite get on top of that guy, which is a bit of a shame. Let's just move up the Rangers. He'll get another hit on me, which is unfortunate, but what have you. It's not a big deal. Yeah, it's a shame Caesar can't quite get at him. Unless, of course, I wanted to... Hang on, if I were to Caesar Inspire right here, then you could go 1, 2, 3, 4. But then that's only 7. You could only go 1, 2, 3, so you also couldn't make it over there. If I could get... Hang on. Who can I get into a good position right here? If I move you down to here... Okay, I've got a plan here, which is... If I move... This is actually a good plan. I swear, I'm actually good at Advance Wars. For once when I say I've got a plan, it's not a comically bad plan, because I'm actually really good at Advance Wars. So, infantry get their criticals when they're adjacent to their commanding officer. So if I move Caesar to here, and then Inspire... and then just, inspire on this spot, then that's going to inspire the infantry next to him. He can then get a second turn, at which point he will be able to move here, and he'll get his critical because he is actually adjacent to Caesar, so he can do 85% damage. So that was actually, I think, a pretty good use of Inspire, all things considered. And now, hopefully, I can charge up another Inspire before we go into the main hall. And you can't quite make it round, but at that point, this guy has basically got no health left, so it doesn't matter anymore. So in comes another puppy. The puppy's going to finish off, that's the weakest unit and the least useful unit, so it doesn't matter. And now my Rangers can just pick them apart, and he's just going to do nothing to that guy. Claire, all yours.
Yeah, shout out to +1 Intelligence, who gave us $10 and says, "Hi John, I'm a long-time viewer from Texas," and then recommends a band. They're basically modern bards who sing of military...
Modern what, sorry?
Modern bards.
Oh, bards.
Who sing of military exploits of history. I think you'd like them. They're one of my favorites.
That does sound rather cool. Do we have a name? Make a note of it. I'll kind of look something later.
I'll make a note of it. I just haven't had time to look it up. So, you know.
Very cool. Yeah, makes sense.
Yes. And shout out to Alana also, who gave us £5 and says, "I'd say that Caesar is such a good boy. He deserves a throne, but we all know what happened the last time Caesar wanted a throne."
Caesar was a humble man. He turned down the crown 3 times, alright? Because he was a good boy.
Yeah, sure. And Jessica gave us 50 Swedish krona and says the reason they get an extra turn is they know the sooner they finish the battle, the sooner they get to cuddle the puppy.
That seems eminently reasonable, yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear. And then Malachi gave us $2 and says, "Our true to Caesar, no matter what his
Kaiser.
Kaiser, sorry. You've been saying Caesar the whole time.
Because it's Caesar in this game, but in New Vegas they say our way true to Kaiser.
Fine.
Because they are, it's a fun little point of lore in New Vegas that they're actually inconsistent about. No one's quite sure how you're supposed to say Kais are, because like it gets repeatedly changed because they're just making up this fake line of this fake mythology as they go along, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and there's a lot of speculation about Caesar's breed in the chat.
Interesting.
People are saying, a few people are saying that based on the color, like a yellow lab, but there's also
I was thinking like a Labrador Retriever cross.
Yeah,
but yeah, Pyrenees is certainly possible. Yeah.
Yes, indeed, and this is adorable. Orkpork says Caesar's a dog version of Perrin of Glamorgan.
Strikes me as eminently reasonable right there. Yep.
Yeah. That's so funny. Uni Rob gave us £5.
Hey, Uni Rob.
And says, John, I'm so sorry. I'm working with Overly Sarcastic Productions. However, it is a song based on the Odyssey, so I hope you can forgive me.
Seems eminently reasonable.
Yes, indeed. Dear, oh dear. And then, yes, people tweeting me pictures of their dogs.
Nice.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Oh my god.
Are they good dogs?
Yes. This is Caddy, probably the laziest.
Oh, that's a pretty lazy. Wait, what's going on with the leg at the back? That's some interesting leg splaying.
Well, that's just a really talented dog.
That's a very talented lazy dog.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a good dog.
Oh.
Make sure you share that with the chat.
Yes, I will. I do especially like the way that the dog's jaw is flopped.
Yes,
oh.
that's a full body flop right there. That is a full body flop.
This dog's doing a tabby.
Yeah.
With food right under its nose.
Can't be arsed.
arsed.
Can't be bothered.
Tabby does this too.
Too much effort. Can't do it.
Oh, that's amazing. Let me just get those linked in the chat. Those are hilarious.
That is some good stuff right there. Oh dear. Right, back off. Get over here. Right, it's time to see if we can scout out the main hall. Then I need to line up the troops, get the strongest guys at the front. And then, yeah, of course, the thing is, the interesting thing about this game is because of the criticals often being related to adjacency for infantry, weakened infantry still have a purpose. Like, this 3-strength spearman, his job is to move into a position to provide adjacency to the strongest spearman at the rear. That's what he's for now, which I think is really cool. That's a really nice little thing there. So you've got to, treat your weakened units properly, because they might be very useful anyway. If you move here, how much does that do? That does 15. We may as well start weakening this now. And yeah, obviously Caesar wants to be towards the front when that happens. Don't have him break the door just yet. I want to make sure I've got everyone arranged as I'd like to first. And if I want to, I could actually flank. But probably best to keep my troops together, because a solid line of spears is pretty strong in this game. So I'm going to move my newly acquired spears to the front first. Yes, Claire.
It's more dogs.
Well, of course it is.
This is Xena and Obsidian.
Oh, they're good dogs.
They're good dogs. Photo incoming, of course. Yes, and shout out to Huvo in chat who says Wargroove is now downloading on my Switch. This is the 4th game I've gotten because of John.
I want to draw attention to how Caesar looked when he ran into the main hall.
Oh no!
Who lets a dog in here? This is no way to run a professional outfit. We can't just have animals wandering into our camp. Grrr! Oh, shut it, Fluffball. Grrr! Woof! That's it. Everyone get in here and help me fight this dog. So now we've got to storm. This place with the assistant, with the dog, because reasons. Ah, beautiful. Right, no need to rush in just yet because I've probably got the ranger advantage right now because I've kept all my rangers safe. So the best thing I can probably do is have you move out of the way. Keep Caesar. Yeah, you move back over to here. Have my hunters flank that guy. This guy's got adjacency if they charge. You move over to here. Caesar's towards the front regardless. And the damaged puppy can move round to the side just to provide visibility because he can actually see what's going on. So now, time to see what actually happens next. So, are they going to start charging? I hear some movement. Yep, fine. Now the question is, do we actually want to try and push in, or would I rather just try and hold the door? Probably not a bad idea to just try and hold the door, but honestly, I think we're pretty safe to just actually move in with a couple of spears with adjacency over here. So you guys are getting over here. So we've got 2 spears with adjacency. Next up, if I actually move you to... If I moved you to this spot, 1, 2, 3, yeah, you'd actually get a shot in. So move Caesar around the back. Okay, move Caesar to here. You move to here and get an attack in on that unit. And at this point, those spearmen are basically just going to hold the line. Because spearmen, are when they've got adjacency, they can stand up against a lot. So those spearmen will do really, really well by themselves. So these guys can just basically get into a position to start being ready to cover when those guys do come under an attack. So, other than that, we probably want to actually have... Yeah, you move over here because a strength 6 is actually still pretty damn good. You be ready to move in, you be ready to move in, and you just move around the far side, which is fine. And this dog can just actually loop round here, just to provide further visibility. He'll let us see what's going on inside the hall. Right, so at this point, they're going to charge my spearman. And I suspect we'll be absolutely fine. So... He comes in, so his spearman versus my spearman, fine, but I get the critical. So look at that, I basically did as much damage back to him as he did to me because he didn't set up the adjacency first. And now, he's going to send his cavalry. Now, the cavalry will do some damage, but we should be able to do a little bit back. Yeah, and that's fine, because now they've moved into critical space, and now we've bogged them down. And if you bog someone down around a choke point when you've got the artillery advantage, you're fine. So, yeah, at this point, we can just basically start picking them off. So that guy is low priority. So we basically, yeah, we can just take out this cavalry right now. And the damaged spearman can probably be pulled back in favour of the strength 6, to be honest. So, yeah, he's at 1. So I'm probably going to try and... I'll pull him back at some point. In fact, Caesar, you can just... Okay, you move back 1 space. Caesar falls back 1 space. That provides space for the strength 1 to retreat. The strength 6 can go up, and with the benefit of adjacency, yeah, 67%, he can easily clear out that horse by himself. Because, like, spearmen are seriously badass in this game. They're like mechs of the Advance Wars, and they were always badass too. And that means you can now move down here and get, yeah, 96% adjacency bonus off the actual critical to just basically clear out those guys, or as good as. So that unit's now basically screwed as well. So now we're probably safe to actually bring up the first of these units. So you can basically just, yeah, get a 67, what was that, 58% chance against you guys. Those guys will be killed or very close. So those units are both crippled. You get over here, just ready to assist. You stay at the back, because honestly, you're not going to be able to contribute much. And we're probably fine to bring the dog back up at this point. The dog can probably charge in, just to get a bit of visibility. But they're already looking very flimsy. At some point, it would be nice if Caesar got his thing back. Actually, can people who've played this game confirm in the chat for me? It would be very useful to know. The CO meter for the commanding officers, does it boost just by the command doing damage, or is it any of your army? Because I assume it's your entire army. Because it used to be, it got boosted by you doing damage, and it got boosted even faster by you taking damage, which I'm assuming is going to still be the case. I would assume that would be how it still operates, but is there a way to actually check how well it's charging? Because it used to be really obvious. Because there used to be like a glowing meter you could literally see in stars you could see filling up on screen. How do you actually see how close you are to charging your CO power in this game? Because I'm not actually sure I know how you actually check that on this occasion. Okay, so if someone could confirm that, that'd be great.
Yeah, while we wait on that, a couple of people in the chat wanted you to check out the angel statue in the bottom left corner of the map and see if that does anything.
Interesting. I might, well, if we have the opportunity to, you know what, I'll send this strength 3 unit down over there. That might well be they're probably right. There's probably an Easter egg of some description going on with that. You move and attack this strength 8 spear, get them down. I've taken a little bit of damage to my hunters, but my hunters are doing well. And more importantly, my commanding officer is at full strength right now, so he's actually in a good position to actually go and just kill their first unit of archers, clearing up the way for someone to attack the second unit. So he's a very happy boy, and scratches behind his ear because he's got so many different animations. So those guys, and there we go, his power's now charged, which means That's it. It's down in the bottom right there. That's where it says like what percentage she is. Though, yeah, if anyone could confirm like what are the rules for what is fast or slow way of charging, that would be very much appreciated. So I understand that.
Okay, it's the lightning icon when hovering over the commander in the bottom left.
Yeah, I've just noticed that. But yeah, what controls how fast it charges? Like, is it your own troops being attacked, your own troops attacking, or your commanding officer himself attacking or being attacked, or all of the above, but weighted in some way? Because that would be really interesting to know. And
yeah, sure. And then in the meantime, shout out to Venus, who gave us £5. And says, I slept in on a con that I meant to go to, but this was totally worth staying up for. I can always go tomorrow anyway.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, indeed. And shout out to Northern Monkey, who gave us £15. And says, I'm still cross about John dissing Newcastle in Medieval Kingdom Wars. But it's a gift because he says cocking a whole lot.
Sorry.
Watching as I play Witcher 3 on an end up with Triss because Yennefer is a massive smug cow run. So there you go. Yeah. Let's see. I've got a lot of puppy pictures that people have sent me on my Twitter.
Excellent.
So I'm not going to be able to show them to you all like right now. I'll sprinkle them in as we go.
Excellent, excellent.
There are some really good puppies.
They're all good puppies, Claire.
I know they're all good puppies, but this one is wearing a bow tie and a beret. So
I want to see the bow tie beret dog. Oh, sweet, it's a Dashi.
Yeah.
Like a Dashi with a bow tie and a beret. Pretty solid, pretty solid.
Oh,
right, I'm just going to send my commander forward at this point. I don't know what they've got left, but I think we're just mopping up at this point. So Caesar can just basically charge forward and do that. And he's chasing his tail. Oh, such a good boy. There we go. And now, yeah, this pup can basically just, yeah, this is what dogs, even weak dogs are very useful for just charging in and finishing off the little unit. So that's fine. Sadly, I don't think we can finish it off this turn. No, we totally can. No, we can't because that thing's in the way. So this guy can't quite get into position. So that's a shame. Unfortunately, this guy will probably suicide rather than run away, which means we might not be able to get over to the angel statue. Because if he basically suicides, then that will also end the game. And I think that's all we've actually got in here. So, yeah, all I can do is attack this gate. So that is a shame. Hopefully he doesn't. If he doesn't, I'll go and get the angel before we kill him. So you're about to... No, he's not suiciding. So we might actually have a chance to go and check out the angel. So, attack. Get that. How did you fail to destroy that? 3 bloody hit points, whatever. Right, let's just see if he's... Let's see if he's dumb enough to continue not attacking. Yep, he doesn't want to attack. Fine, so we will actually be able to... Yep, attack this time. Thank you. Right, so now... And I brought you down because you actually have better movement.
Yeah, and Drunk Angel says it's only your commander, but it's also over time. Different commanders charge at different rates.
Ah, it's only the commander damage taken and damage done, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Oscar Ledurp. That's excellent. Says grooves are charged naturally over the course of a game, but you can increase the charge rate by fighting with your commander.
Makes
Attacking and
sense.
defending both boost your groove meter.
Ooh, the statue's saying hello, by the way.
That's nice.
It just said nothing to me, really. So it was there. It didn't say anything. So possibly it doesn't speak because it's a statue. So, okay. Let's finish up. Sadly, that means I'm going to get a worse rating on this map because I kind of just wasted like 3 turns at the end there. And Caesar says, woof woof, happily. And now, should have known we couldn't take on such a majestic hound. He says as he sparkles.
Oh my god.
It's such a cute game. Thank you so much, dog. Not the humans with you who did most of the work. And Mercia finally catches up. There you are, Caesar. What are you doing in this old fort? Arf! Such a good boy.
Oh, you're a good boy.
This game is so adorable. And, that means I can now play Caesar in Arcade. So that'll be what the side missions are for. It's for unlocking characters. And I've also unlocked additional lore about Caesar. Hang on, I need to know what the additional lore about Caesar is. So we already know he's magnificent and majestic. Okay, we now know he was born in a litter of 3 on the summer solstice. Each pup was promised to the youngest child of a noble family, and while his sisters were homed far across the seas, he remained in Cherrystone, where he became Mercia's much-loved pet and best friend. Caesar's closest companions outside the royal household are his cross-wheel-wielding personal guards, Horatio and Beatrice. are their names. As well as protect them on the battlefield, they also provide mid-combat belly rubs and ear scratches as required.
Well, yes.
Well, obviously, because the game's flipping adorable. And yeah, I only got 2 stars on that. I probably would have got 3 stars if I'd actually, been very careful there. Stars, by the way, are just basically unlock fun things like concept art. There's like a huge amount of concept art that you just unlock for free by getting good star ratings, which is really cool.
Yeah, because there's really, really beautiful art for this game. Like, we were looking at it when we were doing thumbnails for it.
Yeah.
There's some really cool stuff.
So, Sedge has been defeated. Now, does this mean Nuru? Because I'd be surprised at this point, because I would have thought the king would be like, hey, they're actually friends, like, because they're, like, you know, we hang out with each other and stuff. And the rule of the forest, the Gloomwoods, the home and hunting grounds of my tribe. Why'd you enter our land armed and armoured? And yes, we know Sedge is a dick, whatever. They don't come to slay the flipping things. This is Greenfinger's duty. Your invasion ends here, humans. I will protect the flora at all costs. Can we not just say, literally, we have a treaty that gives us the right to pass? Because they did previously state that's what they have. But whatever. Apparently, we're not going to say that. We're just going to... we've got trebuchets. Trebuchets are basically rocket units. But he has got golems. He's got a little squirrel on the back of his giant. There's a tiny squirrel on the back of his giant.
Oh my god!
Okay, these are medium tanks, by the way, if you're familiar with Advanced Wars. I'm pretty sure these are like medium tanks. So they're very expensive, they're very tough, but indirect fire will bring them down. So Gloom Giants are a force to be reckoned with. We need to try and keep them at a distance using our trebuchets. Our trebuchets, yeah, and unlike the hunters who can move and fire, trebuchets can't. They have to either move or fire. And I think they get bonus damage if the critical, if it's at the very edge of its radius, because they can hit between, I think it's like 3 and 5 or 2 and 5. And if it's at 5, then you get bonus damage, which I think conveniently that first one actually is. Beautiful. Of course, they can't hit what they can't see. So yeah, just like rockets of the past, they actually have their visibility range is lower than their hitting range, so they need someone to spot for them. So for once, when I call them indirect fire, I'll actually be correct. Mm-hmm. That's for once I'll be using the term indirect fire correctly.
Shout out to Jesse, who gave us €5 and says Caesar will murder all his enemies with cuteness.
That's pretty much what goes on, yes.
Also, have you heard of a game called Jump Force? It's a 3D fighter with a beta out, and it's mwah.
I think I've heard of it. I'm pretty sure I have heard of it, yes.
Yes.
So there we are, got the visibility, 1 Gloom Giant right here. So the attack, which is, 81% because it's the critical hit, and just these things are very powerful, but you can't move. And I love how he's got a little squirrel. I want to see all the different variants of this now. To the Codex! So yeah, this is the...
That's amazing. Jessica in the chat says, I bet that the squirrel is actually controlling the Gloom Giant, like with levers and stuff.
He does seem to... I don't think he's got a bouncy tail and ears, which is marvellous. So yeah, they've got like an animated tree with a squirrel on the back. Mm-hmm. The yellow people have like a big, cool little robot thing with little cogs inside it. I get basically a castle we brought to life with magic. And yeah, there's like a big, slightly emo metal giant for the Revenants. Mm-hmm. I like how they're all so different. I like how they're also very different. And then, of course, Emmerich can actually finish them off. So, yeah, okay. So, right now, Emmerich is... he's at 0% charge. If I do 44% damage, I'm only actually doing 20 damage to the giant. Let's have a look, see what happens to his charge. Admittedly, I think it's not quite as readable as, like, the old CO meters were. So, that's up to... Wow, 50%. Okay, so you can get your charge very quickly if you actually fight with your commander. Okay, fine. And then, yeah, obviously this guy, we just want to basically move him forward for anything that's actually about to come and attack us. And then we probably just need a bit more infantry to lock down some of these places. So, hang on, let's just also get an overview here. So, destroy the enemy stronghold or defeat Greenfinger. So, same again, kill their leader or take the stronghold, which is their base, which is... There it is. It's this cool little treehouse over here, which is kind of cool. So, hang on, let's also just check on what his actual powers are. So, what can you do, Greenfinger? So, Wild Growth. He picks 5 tiles within a range of 5 on which to instantaneously grow vines, blocking enemy movement. Fine, so he can basically just... And I assume those are effectively units that can be destroyed. So he can basically just put down a giant pile of speed bumps. So, which makes him presumably very powerful with indirect fire. Marvellous. Okay, that all makes sense. And yeah, let's actually just get some pikemen out on the field, because pikes are very powerful until we know what he actually starts with, if anything. So he's just going to start taking a couple of buildings. Fine, that's just happening over there somewhere. No sign of any trouble just yet. If I just keep my dogs on the mountains, they'll have good defense and I'll get good visibility. So I'm just going to start basically taking a bit of economy stuff. Claire, over to you while I'm doing that.
Yeah, shout out to No True Scotsman who gave us £5 and says, John, have you ever played Twilight Imperium? It's basically Stellaris, the board game.
We have not. Alistair's got that. Our friend Alistair.
Alistair does have that.
Yeah.
I think I've
It's a
played that
very
one
long
time.
game. Isn't that the game that like takes notoriously like 6 hours or something? Even if you're playing it like a short version.
Yeah, I'm sure I've played like a really complicated space board game with Alistair.
Was that
one time when
StarCraft?
you
No, not
weren't there.
StarCraft. Yeah.
No, because I've played that with you.
We tried anyway.
We tried anyway. Our friends
Difficult.
No. Our friends were in the living room watching like
A film.
movie marathon
Yeah.
of like 2 or 3 films. I think
Yeah.
they might have been watching like the first X-Men trilogy.
Yeah, something like that.
And we were unboxing StarCraft. After the first film, they came in and they were like, "Are you guys still setting this up?"
We were still setting up.
And
Yeah.
then after the second film, they came in and they were like, "Oh, you guys started playing," and we were in the first round.
Yeah, we were.
So there you go. That was fun times. We've also got a message from Alex who gave us $15 and says, "Would you be willing to do Breath Edge on Steam as a one-off? I thought it was an excellent game. I'd love to see it streamed." But John?
Am I familiar with it? I'm not sure I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, this is funny. Like, I was looking it up and it took a minute for it to actually, like, show up on Steam for whatever reason. It was being a bit of a,
Interesting.
But yeah, it's marked, it's reviewed as really positive. So I'm adding it to the list, basically.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah, there you go. We will look into it. No promises, but
Yes.
generally things that are very well reviewed if it's not in a genre that we straight up dislike. Or that John straight up dislikes, rather.
Let's just check on this thing, by the way. What does it officially say it's vulnerable to? Officially, it's only vulnerable to bombers, which is what dragons replace. So yeah, these things are very, very tough indeed. And, so it gets a critical hit when at or below 40% health. So it gets stronger as it gets weaker. That's interesting. So even if it starts losing power from losing health, it just compensates for it. So it always hits flipping hard. That's very interesting. So those spears will almost certainly attack my dogs, but my dogs do have the advantage of, being on the mountains. They can take it, and I do have the trebuchets behind me to provide counterfire. So that's all absolutely fine. He's actually heading to the south. Couple of puppies coming in, some hunters. Okay, so they've got quite a few units. I think they assume they've started with some of these. So okay, the game's starting to get a bit more interesting at this point because now we're getting into more dangerous territory. But I start off with 2 trebuchets, so like I need to keep these guys safe because like just look how much damage they can do. It's insane. So now I can attack you, finish those guys off. Did anyone ever confirm about the what I was discussing with defensive bonuses? Like whether you maintain your defensive bonus from where you started, or if you don't actually get that.
I didn't see that, so if you said something about that in the chat, if you can please resend and @reply me, that'd be super helpful. And please be detailed, because sometimes we get like just yes or no responses, and that's not the most
yeah, because we don't know what you're talking about. It could be any number of things I've asked questions about, potentially. Okay, you could get to there. You cannot hit that forest. I'm going to move Emmerich forward 1 space here. I'm going to start bringing my own lads forward as well. It's my own archers, just provide a bit of support. And you can actually attack. I should have gone for the other guy. I should have gone for this guy down here. With my infantry, I mean, because I could have actually finished these guys off anyway. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just remember to use my trebuchets first if I can. And then, yeah, I've got just enough for a knight right now, and a trebuchet is 900. Let's get the knights out onto the road so they can move around nice and fast. Claire!
Yeah, shout out to Headbase, who gave us $5, and says, I was great at Advanced Wars until the final level.
Which one? Like, Advanced Wars 1, because that was the level with Sturm, which is... Actually, it's a very slow, difficult thing until you start figuring out how to manipulate Sturm, because his power will always deal the largest amount of hit points it can deal, even if it's targeting low-value units. So if you just cluster, a bunch of, like, say, just like infantry, basic infantry down in the bottom right, he'll always attack them, which makes you safe from his CO power, which is kind of cool. If you mean the second one, then it's just, like, I think the trick has always been, take Colin as Blue Moon, and then just rush bombers, because he can get them so cheap. And then basically just rush the first cannon with bombers, and you can clear out like half of the static defenses immediately, which is really useful. Now, this trebuchet should have a critical against, yeah, that there giant. So that should be his other giant taken care of, because he walks straight into that. I figured he might be in that sort of a radius. And I've already got my defensive bar ready to go. So let's actually do 128. Our trebuchets are... They might actually be even more powerful than flipping rockets, but then that might have just been a double critical, actually, now I think about it. So yes, they are very strong. They are very strong indeed, and I approve. Right, let's actually just get you right to there. Ready to help out with that. And now, if you move to... sadly, you can't quite make it over to that spot. But they're kind of clustered down south. So I can actually do a fair bit of damage with my spearmen, because spearmen will do good work against this. So I kind of want to take this building just to deny them the income, which is fine. We should be able to take that next turn. How much damage can a dog do? Only 12. So let's actually leave him here for visibility purposes. This dog can actually move forward to... This is dangerous, to be honest. If I can move Emmerich down to... No, Emmerich can't get down to there because the dog's in the way. What's the safest way to do this? I think I might just actually move the dog. I might just move the dog back one space. If you make it there, then I still can't make it into that, but I can cross the mountains and finish you off. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to hold where we are, and I'm just going to slap down the Elder Crystal behind me. Sorry, Elder Shield officially. So let's just slap that down right there, and then that's pretty good coverage. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then, actually, if I move the dog to here... No, the dog would be too vulnerable. This dog might be... Can you get the hit in there? No, you can't quite hit the dog there because you can't get in the forest. So I'm going to leave my dog exactly where he is. And after that, I can't actually afford another... Yeah, ranger. So I'll probably get another pikeman out and just start having some pikemen move towards the south.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Claire.
Your defensive bonus is from where you start. You can see the defensive bonus when you attack in the animation.
Okay, so even though it kind of doesn't make a huge amount of sense, it still applies to wherever you start. That makes sense. Fine.
Terrain bonus only counts while defending. You get no bonus if you are attacking from a defensive position.
Don't punch a dog. That's really mean. You're a giant. Sorry, what was that you just said? I got distracted by the giant punching my dog.
Terrain bonus only counts while defending. You get no bonus if you're attacking from a defensive position.
If you get it, you get no bonus. Okay, so the attackers don't get any benefit in that case. Okay. So the counter attack, because that used to happen in Advance Wars. That totally used to happen.
Also, allied units don't block movement. Emmerich just doesn't have enough movement to get to the front.
Okay, fine, yeah. Okay, so my spearmen can do a good job. They blatantly see what I'm doing, so they're trying to reinforce that building in a flipping hurry. And yeah, obviously, technically, unlike a medium tank, which this thing replaces, the giant is on feet, so he is actually allowed up on a mountain, which is slightly ridiculous, but there we go. And yeah, enough archers could totally bring him down, but really you need trebuchets to do it. There we go. I like how he falls apart, by the way. That's a cute animation. So he's in a lot of trouble. And that means you can move into this spot and just basically do some good work against this. And Emmerich can probably, at this point, start moving towards clearing out that building at the south. Because now they're kind of spread out a bit thin. And in fact, actually, I could probably move my cav forward at this point. Where can my cav get? Yeah, my cav can get to here and finish off these guys. That does put them in a vulnerable position against the archers. But if the archers attack the cav, they should be fine. And then, yeah, what else have I got here? You can attack... Actually, you can finish off that archer immediately. Don't forget the trebuchets. Sorry, I'm not used to having trebuchets. So, oh, wow. They're just... Actually, that's really powerful, because if you think about it, these guys only cost 900. And they can one-shot a ranger that costs 500. So that's actually really good. Because they just need to, knock out, 2 rangers, and they've paid for themselves. So... yeah, I'll be interested to see, what the counter is to them, because that feels very strong. Really strong. So that's very interesting indeed. And then I'll probably keep the dog where he is right here. In fact, actually, I'm going to move the dog down. I'm going to reinforce off this building because it's almost at full health. So that's the dog now healed up. So he's now safe from this dog attack. And now we're probably in a very good position to actually push forward economically. I've got only one ranger on the field right now. And I've got one strong battle pup. Let's get a second ranger out on the field. Yeah, that's fine. Clap.
Yeah, shout out to George who gave us £4.99 and says, I love your vids, please keep up the hard work. And shout out to Julian who gave us £2 and says, cry havoc and let slip the doggos of war.
Damn straight. Oh, dog on dog action right there. The dog, but my dogs had a very good defensive position. And my trebuchets are now being kind of protected by their own defensive shield. And the dog had the defensive shield as well. Which was very, very useful indeed. So the dog was absolutely fine. What else can you attack? You can actually finish off those guys, which is cool. So Trebuchet finishes off those puppies. They just run away back to the marsh. And now Emmerich can actually... Yeah, he can do 73 to that. How much can you do? You can do 70. How much can you... Where can you get to? Actually, you know what? You can probably most safely just... Yeah, you just move on to the mountain and finish off that puppy. So just get him out of the way. And then, if you can only do 6 to him, unfortunately. Probably the best thing to do is actually finish off this building right here, because then they can't reinforce off it. So finish off that. So that's a neutral. We haven't captured it yet, but we've made a good starting point right there. There's more rangers coming in, and my dog can't really do much to that. So I'm actually just going to reinforce again. So that's my dog back up to 9. So we're A-okay. I could send Emmerich up north to actually wipe out that cavalry, but honestly, it's so weak. I'm better off actually sending Emmerich down south. Just start working on this. So actually, that's a giant coming in Emmerich right now. So I'm kind of glad I've seen that that's about to happen. And Emmerich will take a little bit of damage in return, like 1 hit point. So he's going to... Hang on, can you get a... Yeah, you can actually totally attack Emmerich, which is totally what's going to happen therefore. Which means... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not sure I can actually get my trebuchets into position to provide counterfire. Okay, how much does a knight do? 30. That's actually not terrible, to be honest. I might just actually take mine. I might just actually let my knight do that. Ah, here's the risk. That's 30. That's 45. But I'm gambling there's nothing there. I'll take the gamble. And there wasn't anything there good. So he actually got the full 6 spaces there. So he gets the critical. So we've managed to get these guys down to half. But punch 2 knights get actually punched away. So at least he is nice and weak now because the cavalry are not in a position to pull forward. I'm going to pull this this trebuchet round here so he can actually start moving along the south. This trebuchet can be on the north. That's absolutely fine. Get more pikemen out because pikemen are very efficient. Still no sign of him. And, oh, I think he has actually just taken the field, in fact. Yes. That's probably what that actually means right there. So he's going to attack me directly. How much can a giant do to Emmerich? Not that much. And the magic in return? Pretty decent. So he's going to be in trouble. Next turn, archers coming on my cavalry. Yeah, nothing too major there. That just finishes them off, but that's fine. It was probably worth it just so they couldn't do too much. Their cavalry's running down south, but basically he's suiciding with his little fluffy buffalo. Yeah, so he's suicided. So that means I get this building up north. That basically falls into my hands for free right now. So move down south, capture, job done, more economy, which is good because right now my economy is a little on the flimsy side. So it'll be nice to earn a bit more money. So I'm just going to move these up. Yeah, at this point, we're just going to start pushing forwards here. Can you actually get to... No, you can't get to anything right now. But Emmerich, you can... Yeah, you can do 27. Can you actually get into a position to... No, because of the forest, he can't quite get into a position to assist. And neither can this pup. Which is a shame. So we'll just instead start slowly pushing over the mountains. In fact, you get down into this position, ready to assist next time if need be. And Emmerich, you either finish that guy off or... Yeah, he'll probably just survive. Because he looks like he's pretty much at 34 hit points. Yeah, he just makes it. And he actually gets a critical in return because he's under 40. But it's still barely anything. Because he still gets the reduced power from being weaker. In which case, yeah, I'll actually just have... Hang on, how far can you hit? Yeah, you can't hit the trebuchet right now, which is probably for the good. You'll probably run forward and try and attack the dog or this archer, at which point the trebuchet can just attack you. So that actually works out just fine. Claire!
Yeah, a shout out to Urban Cohort who gave us $6.66 and says, I'm more than a bit sick today, but that does not excuse me from paying my dues to the tenants of Tabby.
Oh, that is very generous of you.
Imagine, if you will, that you have a fluffy, warm cat on the bed next to you, purring really loudly. Mm-hmm. Does that make you feel better? Because that really helps me let it know.
They've got more giants coming in, actually. This is interesting. Yeah, there's I don't know whether he starts them or if he gets to like build them for free or something during this mission, but I'm guessing there's just more of them floating over here. Hopefully we're nearly done with the bastards. You do have an attack over there. We don't need to take out that one. We'll take out this cavalry. That's not cavalry, that's infantry. They're different. But we can just use this to attack this one. Yeah, 20% right there. Okay, I might want to replace, where this guy is. I want this guy to start moving down south as well. Okay, let's actually just start getting... Where's my battle pup right now? Can you make it onto... No, battle pup can't quite make it onto the mountain, but if I move him here, he will be able to next turn. Let's just start getting some actual infantry into position right here. You get over there. You get over there. Right, that's good enough protection for the trebuchet to move into this forward position. Which means he'll be able to help out next time, and we've just got more... Yeah, we just got more spears heading along the north, and I've got more cavalry along the south. And cavalry hit the giants pretty hard. They seem to do decently well, especially if they can get any of the bonuses. So, do I want to fall back? I might want to fall back. How much can I do to this? I can clear it, but then I'd be a bit vulnerable. Especially as I don't actually have the ability to heal myself. I am going to... I'll play things smart here. I'll play it smart, and I'll make Emmerich fall back. And I'll also reposition his Elder Shield in this part of... Actually, if I... You know what? I'm going to actually forward deploy it defensively. So, even though this means the giant will probably attack it, it at least basically means... Oh, you can have two of them up simultaneously. Oh, that's cool to know. Check it out. You actually can have... If you can just charge your thing... If you charge your thing enough, you can actually... Actually, if they're overlapping... What does that mean for the defense? Now I'm curious what that means for the defense. Like, do you get the double bonus if you overlap two? That's very interesting right there. Because, yeah, that's nothing. And then this is... That's nothing. That's 3. Okay, so this one is... That's 4 and that's... Hang on. Okay, so this is worth 1. Normal road is worth 3. No, it's just a colour thing because you'd be able to see it down there. But yeah, whether it's 1 or 2, it says in the bottom right there, they're both 3 shield. So that's fine. End my turn right there. I didn't actually try anything, but that's fine. I'll just save up for another trebuchet. Right, so you're going... He was just able to attack me anyway. I should have really checked his movement range. He just basically is going to go in and punch me anyway.
He's got really big legs, John.
Yeah, he needs to basically... Emmerich needs to fall back and he needs to recharge at a building. That's absolutely fine. Luckily, that archer didn't go for me. Otherwise, I could have been in a bit of trouble there. But that's fine. The archer didn't go for me on that occasion. He could have gone. And yeah, we got cavalry coming in. But that's fine. These guys were just speed bumps with their little adorable little buffalo. But yeah, I've actually got myself... Oh, we got on top of the trebuchet there. They actually had enough cavalry, enough dogs to get on the trebuchet. I thought we'd be safe. So trebuchets are obviously a bit flimsy and very vulnerable to dogs there. And in comes the CO. Yeah, he's kind of coming in for the big attack here. Crystal number 1 goes down. Obviously, we need to get this giant out of the way. So it's not a critical because I'm not in the right position, but screw it. So he goes mostly down, and then the knight can finish him off. Yeah, the knight should be able to do that. Yeah, 30 damage. That should be a kill. If it's not, we're very unlucky. What?
Sorry, shout out to Sir Roderick. Says in the chat, when looking at tile cards, there's a max capacity of 4 defense.
Ah, okay. Well, it doesn't look like it because it looks like there's like a darker capacity over the top, or maybe that just means... Maybe that just means like, hey, if it's 4 out of... Wait, why is that one like that, but that one like... Interesting. Okay, maybe it is. I'm just confused because, like, if you look at this spot, it's... Is that just saying, oh, is the normal shield just represented by dark, but then the bonuses are provided by light blue, just so you can read it, so you can understand. This is you get a certain amount natural and a certain amount, yeah, and it's up to 4 max anyway. Okay, fine. Yeah, I see. Yeah, because the light blue shields are the ones that are being provided by the bonus, whereas the dark ones are the inherent ones. Yeah, I get it. That's a-okay. I can still get, however, I can get a 26% against their leader if I just, you know what, that's worth it. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take 26% against their leader just to start making him a bit more flimsy because I'm concerned about the fact he's now blatantly charging and my leader is weak and needs to fall back to recharge. You can't make it past there. If you move forward, you can actually take out that dog, which is fine, but the cavalry, unfortunately, we can't get to, which is a shame. So, at the bare minimum... Ow, I can make it into that forest. Good, then I can do 75% to this guy. Good. So I was able to just cut into that forest. I just had the movement points for that. And spearmen are, of course, specialists at dealing with cavalry. So that's all absolutely fine as well. So you guys just start moving forward. So the north is looking solid. That guy could attack me, but I'm going to send my pups forward to attack him. And actually, I'm going to attack him from the mountain for the defensive bonus and the big vision radius there. So my dogs are going to do a really good job against these here archers. So they're down to being very flimsy. Spot on. Their leader's floating around too. Emmerich needs to fall back. Emmerich, where do you want to go? Yeah, fall back onto this spot, and then this archer provides you with... Best thing to do is probably just to finish off that for safety. Yeah, finish that off for safety. A strength 3 archer is not going to do 2 hit points damage to a leader. That's definitely not going to happen. So that's all fine for now, and that means I can actually get a new trebuchet out, because they do seem like they're pretty solid, and I've got plenty of infantry floating around for the time being. Turn 11, right. Now, where's he going to... Another flipping giant! Okay, you've just got a lot of giants. Got it. And they're going to try... Alright, bless them. That's ballsy. They're going to flip and try to just go for that guy. And the knights are going to try to go for the trebuchet, but there's not much left there. There's still at 4 hit points. I need that to fall back, but that's fine. I can just basically recharge that at the building to the north I've already taken. So that's not going to be a big deal. This is kind of them just throwing themselves away, to be honest. So my spears can just clear out these damaged units right over here. You can actually start moving forward. In fact, actually, you know what? You, instead, take out him. You don't need the critical, to be honest, but you may as well. You can take out these dogs, and then the trebuchet just falls back for 1 turn to recharge, and can pretty much get itself back up to strength. So that is, yep, that's at full capacity now. So that trebuchet is now healed up beautifully. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, if I just move this forward 1 space, this trebuchet can start firing on that building next turn. And the knight can actually get 34% damage in. And as for Emmerich, he needs to go over here and reinforce, but it's not going to do... don't really have the money, unfortunately. I kind of need more money for that. So Emmerich's still in not great shape. Other trebuchet starts piling in down in this direction. Do I want to take... I could just attack him for... That's 8, which actually isn't that bad. I mean, it kind of exposes me, to be honest, so I probably shouldn't have done that. Like, I bet the giant's going to come over. Yeah, the giant's just going to totally come and punch him next turn. Though, actually, you know what? I'll take the... Actually, I could just break this building. Yeah, screw it. I'm going to break this building, which I can just do immediately. So let's just take his money away from him. So at this point, he's got... Yeah, he's literally got 3 money-producing buildings yet. I think, actually, his... For some reason, yeah, I'm trying to get... I don't get information on his stronghold. Like, if I'm over here on my stronghold, it's officially a stronghold. I'm pretty sure this is his stronghold, but it just says plains, so I'm not sure if that's an error. That might just be a bit of a bug. Not sure. You, my good man, the dog... I'm not sure the dog can get anywhere safe, but I'll try and get him back somewhere safe. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave him there just for the visibility. Because if nothing else, he'll draw the attention for the time being. I've not got any money because I was recharging the trebuchet. Move straight on. Claire!
Yeah, sorry. Shout out to Venus, who gave us £2 and wanted to know if there will be future streams of this or if this is a one-off.
I'd definitely be open to doing a fair bit of this. This is, I'm up for that. I'm 100% up for that.
Bobtron wanted to know also if you've considered doing a Fire Emblem game on the channel, since they're very similar to Advance Wars and you love Advance Wars so much.
I do have a particular fondness for Path of Radiance on the GameCube. I always like that game. So, never say never. It could well happen.
Yeah, and we've got... Headbase gave us $5 and said, huzzah! Which I am imagining goes for every fight that the dog wins is huzzah at the end, because he's such a good boy.
Strikes me as eminently reasonable right there.
We've got a message from Inferno, who gave us 100 rupees, and says, John, time to check out the previous 2 Metro game and go on to do a Metro Exodus playthrough.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you might be interested in what's happening later tonight on the main channel. Let's just say that, shall we? Yeah, let's say that, shall we? Yeah, that'll do.
Yes.
Yeah, might be very interested in that, in fact. Shh.
Anyway, Bobtron would also like to know if you're planning to do more Resident Evil 2.
Probably not, because I'm a big scaredy cat, and I'd rather watch someone else play it, because it's too gross and scary for me.
Aww.
It's very gross and scary. And why can't you make it in there? You should be able to move 1 space up. You should be able to... Okay, hang on. Forest requires... Oh, a forest literally impassable to wheels these days. Is that what it is? Oh, I didn't realise that. Oh, that's interesting. Forests literally do not have a wheel movement point capacity. You simply can't move into forests if you're wheeled. That's really interesting.
Sci-Fi Storm says not being able to get info on your stronghold might be fog of war. And Nagisa says it's because you don't have a line of sight on
that's true. I also don't have visibility of this building right here, even though I can blatantly see it is a barracks.
Yeah, and Oscar says, I did some testing. Without a doubt, the defense bonuses for terrain do not apply to the attacker.
Yeah, which does make sense, given they are literally running out of their space. Though, actually, is that true even for ranged units? Because ranged units are still within the terrain. Could you run that test again for, say, rangers, to see whether it's true for them? Because it should apply to them, if you, like, say, rangers fire on other rangers, because they're still standing on the terrain that gives the defensive bonus. So it kind of should.
Also, Frank would like you to not skip the animations of units, please.
Oh, sorry.
Because they're cute.
I know. It's only when you've seen a few of them that I generally do it.
Yeah, but, you know, people come in and out and all of that, so...
4, 5. Right, let's just have this fall back a little bit. There we go. A little bit concerned about the level of... what do I want to have here? Let's just get another pikeman out. Yeah, Emmerich's back up to strength now, however, so he can now actually go and help out with that giant. And, he's doing wild growth, so where's he going to actually put down a whole bunch of... Okay, that he just shoved down a bunch of stuff there. I'm not sure why he did that, but okay. Where are they? Okay, so you're attacking... He's attacking those, so he's just going to go punch my little cow puppies. That's fine. They're still well enough for now, and they're still being worn down. And he's he decided to go for the crystal rather than actually, taking out, rather than reclaiming the town. So that town doesn't belong to anyone right now. Fine. So that actually works for me for the most part, because if I can just actually move a little bit further forward here, I just need to get visibility of where the archers are. Because as soon as I can get visibility, and just move into the thing over there. Yeah, he's just kind of blocked up this area. I can do 20% damage onto this giant like that, which is fine. The trebuchet can wipe out those guys, no problem there whatsoever. That trebuchet just fires like that, beautiful. Probably I should actually move the other trebuchet back round over here. I was getting a bit overcautious moving that one round over there. So let's just move that back into position. Over to here. Emmerich can start moving in this direction at this point. He's in a good position to just start moving down, so we can just wait there. And then, oh dear. Yes, Claire?
Well, people get confused sometimes when you say, oh, watch this video tonight on the main channel, because, you know, many people have
as opposed
a secondary channel.
Okay, as opposed to, like, the live... Yeah, guys, this is the secondary channel, guys. Many a true nerd, this is the secondary channel. My real channel... With its 7 subscribers, because I never mentioned it.
No. We don't have a secondary channel, but obviously we mean compared to...
yes.
Compared to the live stream.
Correct,
but
yes.
A lot of people sometimes get confused.
As opposed to a video, as opposed to live streaming, yes, is what I mean, yes.
I was clarifying this as I normally do without mentioning it, but Nathaniel says the secret channel is the one where John is actually nice to people.
What?
Which that was very funny.
Whatever. And they've got, I think they've finally gone to actually take that building back. They've taken that building back, but I should be able to deal with that. This is a little bit scruffy. It's a little bit scruffier than I wanted it to be. I'm going to just move you up to here for visibility. And, I still have visibility of that, which is really annoying.
The main channel is Single the True Nerd. I bloody hope not, Venus!
Shh. Right. Trebuchet counterfire against the archers. And actually, they get to fire back if I was in range, which is kind of cool. Can I actually get up to... Yes, I can get up to range of that. So 62% damage. I'm just basically throwing these archers away. So my archers take out these archers, which should mean that these guys are going to have... Yeah, there we go. We got visibility here. So that can do 23% damage right there, which is very, very nice indeed. And any point actually moving you forward, that would be... That would basically almost finish him off. Oh, there's more. What was the cute name we came up with for the little bison things? Someone came up with a super cute name.
I can't.
The Fluffalos? Was it the Fluffalo?
Yes, the Fluffalos. Yes,
Fluffalos, yes.
The Nice John channel is a conspiracy theory. Lol.
Right, Emmerich can finish this giant off. That's fine. So, at that point, yeah, now he's ready to use his ability. And, oh, Gloom Giants, you're destroying the Guardians of the Forest. Okay, so that's the last one. Good, confirmed. Well, it's not my fault. It's your guys' fault for being a dick. You're the guys who decided to, attack me. So, okay, if I'm south of the mountain with these guys, we can now start moving up. And that will be plenty of range to start picking him off if he dares show his face in the direction of Emmerich. So that works for me. And I'm going to send my battle pup via the roads over here as quickly as possible as well. No, over here. As quickly as possible as well. Purely so he can help out with visibility in the forests. But yeah, with Emmerich on 9 hit points, being supported by double trebuchet and also more spears coming from behind, we should be able to push in pretty effectively there. And I'm also just going to train another knight just to assist with that. So, okay, they're sending their spears forward to take a poke at Emmerich, which possibly is going to be followed up by them actually sending Greenfinger himself in. But if they try, they're going to struggle. Yes?
Fluffalo is apparently the official name.
Oh, that's adorable.
Well, I mean, they've had a lot of adorable names. So
they are very adorable, yes. It's very adorable indeed. And yeah, the dogs unfortunately cleared that out, which means I've lost visibility. But my trebuchet does have visibility of that Fluffalo. So...
Oh, okay. So the Fluffalos are another unit that's actually from Starbound.
Ah!
They are Florin. So, yeah, they are Florin, and that's their official name in Starbound as well.
Makes sense. Right, so I can get over here, and I can just basically finish off these guys. So we're making some good progress here. We're going to take some losses going through this direction. In fact, we might lose that northern trebuchet. To be honest, that's possible. In fact, do you actually have the ability to... No, you can't quite attack that. The archers could, though. So at this point, yeah, we can just basically finish off you. Which is easy. So now the trebuchets can just finish off these guys. And this trebuchet should be able to immediately finish this off. Yeah, trebuchet's 90% damage versus this house. Meaning Emmerich can now just basically claim it. So we can capture that straight away. And basically I just dare Greenfinger to go and have a go at this point. He's at 9 hit points right now, but if he tries, we've got a lot of fire coming in. And just in case he does, I'm going to send my knight down the southern pass, just to actually provide backup fire right there. But at this point, if he doesn't take me on, I'll just slowly knacker his economy, because this building's next on my list. So I think they kind of have to. And I'm just going to get some more pikemen out, because my pikemen are getting a little bit damaged here. Yeah, he's coming in. He wants to do it. Okay, so he gets the first hit in, which is a big advantage. And he's going to do some damage there. But I can reinforce off that building if I need to. A little bit on the damage side there. Obviously, the archers are coming in for a light attack on the spears. And in come the pups as well. So the pups, because actually, yeah, they're able to do that. But that does mean my trebuchets are not dead. So they kind of gave up the option to take out my trebuchets. I've got enough money to reinforce the trebuchet. So that's now actually up to strength, which is good. And I can actually use the pup to actually have much better visibility than I used to. So that trebuchet is going to have a much easier job knackering that base. If I can just take out the barracks, then we're in good shape. Now, do you actually have... no, these guys do not currently have the ability to do that. So what I'm going to do now instead is fall back to this position and reinforce Emmerich. So he goes up to 8 hit points. So now it's 8 on 8. You fall into this position. What can you get up to? Yeah, you can't get beyond there. So now I'm just going to use my knights into this position. And now, yeah, if he tries to attack anything at this point, I'm just going to move... I'll move the trebuchets. I don't want to move them too far, though, just to make sure. I'm going to spread them out a little bit. I'm just going to kind of bring them around here. That should be fine, but I'll also bring one here in case he goes for the town. So now it doesn't matter where he goes, I will have a shot at him. I'm going to bring you to here, and I'm also actually going to train a wagon just to speed up the movement of these troops. So now let's see how they react to that. Because they shouldn't have visibility of the pup unless they've got their own pup. They must have their own pup nearby because they saw that pup without being adjacent. So yeah, there's that pup. So their pup's probably going to finish off mine. But if I just send something north, my trebuchet can just straight up knacker that dog and a few other bits and pieces. So things are going well down south. In fact, where did their leader go? He's backed off somewhere. Don't know where he's gone off to. But in which case, I can just basically start pushing north. So there we go. No, you can see him now. So he's actually headed to the northern flank. We're just going to probably try and take out that. And now we can start clearing out the plants. This all works for me. And yeah, if I actually put one right there, that actually is going to significantly block up him trying to get down south again. Because this is, yeah, that's forest. So that's going to stop him getting around there. So if now I just actually start bringing up my trebuchets to this spot right here. And also the other safe spot is, yeah, on the road up and left from this building. Now Emmerich can start actually moving along here. So we're 8 and 9 right now. Attack that, bring that down as well. And now we're basically moving in on his economic infrastructure in the south. And we've got visibility over here. And thanks to that visibility, I can actually take out... Yeah, I can just take out those archers in one hit. Screw you. So those archers are dead. So he's looking very isolated right now. And I'm also just going to move the spears into there. And I'm going to drop him right there. So there we go. Spot on. So that's actually a lot faster. And now I've actually got that. I probably should have got that wagon out earlier. Now the wagons have got 12 movement points. They're more valuable than APCs used to be. So the dog will almost certainly go for the trebuchet. The Fluffalos are going for Emmerich. How much are they going to do to him? Probably like 20 or 30% damage. Yeah, so he's down about half health right now, which is maybe a little worrying if they decide to... No, he's heading north, and as I suspected, the dogs are going for the trebuchet. But the trebuchet can just reinforce if need be, and I do have, yeah, spears nearby. So we're okay for now. They've wasted a lot of time trying to deal with that trebuchet up north without ever actually finishing it off, which is kind of useful. And the trebuchet can just basically keep firing forever. I mean, it's still doing, like, look at that. Even at half health, at max range, it can still pretty much finish off a unit of infantry in one hit, which is pretty damn solid. And even better, move you forward and finish off this unit. Where's Greenfinger gone and got himself to, though? I don't know, but we finished off that there cavalry, which is great, which means, yeah, this unit can just basically do 135 damage right there, instantly dead, meaning Emmerich can just move in, and he can just reinforce off that. So I capture that, stand in a safe position behind his unit. That building falls to me. I can reinforce off that next turn, and now we can just basically start pushing forwards with the actual units there. Cav can just finish this off, because why not? And yeah, that's an easy pick-off right there. So all they've got left is the dogs up north, who might be able to do, yeah, another bite to get my trebuchets down to, like, I don't know, something like 2 hit points. Doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3. Fine. So you'll be able to pick those guys up next turn. Get me another battle pup, just so I can see through the forest. Otherwise, that's going to be a bit slow to push through this area up north. But at this point, the Southern Army is pretty much just going to be able to push through as much as it wants to. I just need to basically just push and take the barracks at this point, and then they're pretty much done. And the trebuchets should be able to do it by themselves. Claire!
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Nobodies, who gave us $5 and says, John, do you plan on playing Fallout 4 Sim Settlements? There's a new mod for it where you can conquer settlements as a raider.
I've not heard of this. It sounds intriguing enough, but honestly, it's not something that's on my radar.
Yeah. Well, I've made a note of it if we want to look into it, but we've got quite a few mods.
Yes.
Recently.
Yes.
And yeah, we've also got Ella, who gave us £2 and wants to know if we've got any chance of a 2-point hospital live stream.
I wouldn't say no. I enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
It was a good game, so I would definitely. It's definitely possible.
very important question from Keen.
Yeah.
He wants to know, John, what noise does a fluffalo make? Aww.
That's when it's angry. That's as angry as it gets. That's the noise of an angry fruffalo. When it's happy, it goes. That's when it's kind of fluffing itself against you.
It just makes me want to pet it.
It just makes it. It kind of vibrates. It goes. That's what it does. That's the noise of a fluffalo.
Wow. Okay.
True facts right there.
I told the chat to give me questions for you because we were a bit light on, because we were kind of caught up with the super chat.
Nice.
So it was time to get questions in.
Awesome.
And Jacob gave us 70 Danish kroner and says the super chat backlog should never be light. But yeah, one of the questions we got from a couple of people were, is Cats done or is it going to come back? Thomas wanted to know if you and Matt have actually talked about a podcast outside of the Twitter conversation.
We have.
Were you teasing something?
We haven't. Me and Matt have not discussed that. Dan and I have not figured out exactly what's going on with Cats. Dan was the one who specifically said he wanted Cats to come back in January, and then I haven't heard from him since. This can sometimes be how it is with Dan. He will at some point decide to pick it up, but I don't know when it's going to be.
Well, and it's also like, it's just difficult to find time that works for everybody for recording at the same time.
Yes. Yeah, very much so.
Mm-hmm. John made fluffalo noises. My life is now complete.
I have no idea what fluffaloes actually sound. I assume they have a canonical noise they make in, like, you know, the game.
The learning droid said, me and my partner just made the fluffalo noise and fluffed against each other on the sofa. Look.
It's ridiculous, but okay.
Excuse you! The amount of time that you just make tabby noises at the cat.
She's
cat
a good cat.
Tabby.
She's a good cat.
Yes, but you commune with the cat.
She's a good cat and she deserves it.
I mean, I know that, but, yes. Anyway. Oh, good times, good times. What? John,
recapture that building. Why am I meanie? I made fluffalo noises.
Because you made fun of people enjoying your fluffalo noises, John. You know.
Oh dear. Oh flipping dear. Right, at this point I think we're moving into trebuchets being in a position to finish up the battle, which is pretty damn solid. Though honestly, we can do 75% damage with Emmerich right now, and he's actually at full strength because I've just been reinforcing him heavily. So that's all fine. And this can pick up the battle pup just to bring him up to make sure of it. But yeah, at this point the base is going down. We don't have to worry about Greenfinger. He can't do a thing. So that is all absolutely fine. Bring up reinforcements right here. Reinforce this right here with, wow, 720 expensive, but whatever, we do have the money to burn. Bring up one more ranger just in case. Job done. This should be over next turn. He's going to try and do wild growth. Can he use it to displace people from spaces already on? It looks like not, otherwise that's exactly what he would have done. I know another CO in the Yellow Comet analog is allowed to do precisely that, but it would appear they're not doing it on this occasion. Right, so in which case, now, yeah, 90% damage to that building. Screw your base, and your giants are already confirmed dead. So that should be job done. In fact, you know what? I'll take it for my own. There we go. So that base now belongs to me, so I can now start spawning double units, and he can't spawn anything at all. So that should be him pretty much as good as finished off. There's nothing he can do at that point. So you just basically head in there, finish that off. The dog is allowed to go inside a wagon because it has feet, because anything that has feet is allowed inside the wagon. So I can drop the battle pup off on top of this mountain. So now I've got excellent visibility of anything that's left, meaning I can basically just, yeah, finish off that. And actually, could I... 37% against that, fine. So I'm just going to finish off these archers instead and bring up the other trebuchet, and the other trebuchet can begin knocking down their actual headquarters at this point. Which is absolutely fine. So yeah, there's nothing they can do now. I don't see any way they're coming back from this one. And even if they could come back from this exact moment in time, I've got another double trebuchet rolling up the road. So now it's just a case of knocking down their headquarters. Claire, all yours.
Yeah, shout out to Volts in the chat who wanted to know if you've ever played Sam and Max games.
No, I was never into them when I was young, so I never had the chance to. And then because I didn't have the nostalgia for it, I never played like any of the more recent ones when they came out.
And shout out to Nagisa, who says, I discovered this channel yesterday. It's a lovely, funny place. I will be watching tons of videos tonight since I have the flu. Sorry to hear that.
Sorry sad to hear, but welcome aboard.
Yes, and the chat is being lovely to them.
Oh, good.
I love it too. John is such a nice person. You will learn. You will learn soon enough.
Whatever. Whatever.
Pizza Tiger would like to know if you've tried Caves of Wood before.
Caves of Wood doesn't ring a bell.
It's Q-U-D. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Seems like something he would like. And I just looked it up. It says on the Steam page, a science fantasy roguelike epic steeped in retro-futurism, deep simulation, and swathes of sentient plants. I have to say
Not sure about the sentient plants business. Not sure about this sentient plants bullshit. Not sure about that.
Oh.
Time to knock over their headquarters.
Oh my god, this is great.
Oh dear.
Sir Roderick says, would John ever consider a Fallout 76 community video where he travels to everyone's camps and judges them like on a home improvement TV show?
That sounds amazing and I want to do that, yes.
That's great. I'm writing that down.
Write that down, that sounds really amazing and I want that to happen. Right, so yeah, we've knocked down his actual headquarters. And, okay, for the last time, will someone just say, hey, we actually have the right to be here according to a treaty that you signed? Any chance you're going to actually say this? Oh, here comes Nuru. Hello, I'm from Starbound. Okay, and she's also referring to her jets because she's from space or something. Nuru, would you mind just actually saying... Okay, one, we didn't wander in. We're not kind of refugees. But there was mention of a treaty. There was mention of a treaty. And Sedge was not attacked by these people. Sedge attacked us. Boo. I can't... that's why Greenfinger attacked us. Greenfinger was lied to by Sedge. That makes a little bit more sense. And if I'm not mistaken, we're in the presence of the Queen! Yeah. Queen Mercia. There we go. Everyone's finally figured it bloody out. Good, good, good.
Oh no.
Yes.
Someone's brought a pineapple on pizza in chat!
Terrible idea. Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. It's terrible and awful.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
It's bad.
Mm-hmm. But now there's going to be a pineapple war raging in the chat for I'm sure the next hours.
No, what I want is I just want tons of I just want tons of various forms of pig on my pizza. Give me ham, give me pepperoni, give me bacon, maybe give me some chicken as well. Pile up that meat. Love it. Oh dear. And
extra
there we are.
Cheese.
Greenfinger is now being very, very friendly to us. Excellent.
Yes, Paul Wilson says I just launched my own copy of this. It's great.
It really is.
Yes.
And there we are. So he's now going to help us by holding back the Felheim Legion while we head on to Yellow Comet or whatever it's called. Heaven's Song, that's it. Aww. And, there we go. Apparently Nuru's coming with us. Yeah. Spot on. So potentially I've got myself a new commander. Mercia, old man, dog, I'm coming along for the ride. I love the script of this game. It's so flipping charming. It's just wonderful. So, what's Nuru got to say for herself? Yeah. Heading east, yes indeed. And we need to cross the Lost Leagues to get to Heaven's Song. I don't know what the Lost League is exactly. This is Emmerich, my royal advisor. Yeah, what's and there's Caesar. I'm gonna keep calling you dog. Oh, his name's Caesar and he's a good boy. And do we have... Oh, we have 3 different missions coming out, do we? There have a couple of different side missions going on here. And I've unlocked lore about Greenfinger. So I'm guessing this is the mission proper, because this is actually properly east. Yeah, that's Act 3, Mission 1. So these are going to be side missions. So that's, yeah, Act 2, Side 3. So, Act 2, Side 2. Yeah, I'm going into the side missions. They were fun, because they might be no-buildy ones. So, unhappy with Sedge's deception, Greenfinger confronts the Woe Commander. This is, literally side stuff. So, this is actually what happened next between Greenfinger and Sedge. They actually have, a fight or something. Because maybe they did. So, we need to talk. What were you thinking attacking humans unprovoked? He was hunting, found prey, thinks we should temper ourselves, be diplomatic. Florina hunters, Florina killers. Greenfinger is nothing but a wilted coward. Oh, wilted is probably a very offensive thing to say if you're a plant. No. Okay.
That's
I
enough.
think, yeah, that's it. Sedge is banished. Sedge isn't going anywhere. And now, oh shit! It's time for us to actually have a fight. Okay, so we're actually playing as this guy on this occasion. This is cool. And no fog of war, which is nice. It's nice to not be in fog of war sometimes. I like seeing what's going on here. So, I need to destroy Sedge or take the enemy's stronghold. Fine, so, okay, big thing here, of course, is extended bridges. So there's choke points. He starts off with Sedge himself, and with 1 unit of infantry. I start off with me, myself, and 1 unit of infantry. Fine, so pretty much an entirely evenly balanced fight. It's mainly about securing the island as quickly as we can, and then just locking down the bridges, and then just letting the economic advantage roll in over time. So, yeah, let's actually, I'm just going to, as my first turn, I'm going to take the base. Because if I take more bases, then I will actually get myself, I can just train more infantry faster, and then I can just claim more buildings faster, and that will be for the better. So, he's done something a bit different, actually. In fact, actually, hang on, did he actually start off with two bases? Yeah, I think he actually started off with 2 bases. Fine, so he's a tiny bit ahead economically at the beginning of the game, but we should be able to rectify that very quickly. I'm going to send my commander forward as quickly as possible, because he's got some good movement on him, and we'll just see if we can just take bits of the island with him. Because if they don't send forward Sedge immediately, then Greenfinger should be able to take over, like, the central island, and just like defeat any dogs or basic infantry going there, no problem at all. So I'm just going to basically, yeah, do that, and I'll just fall back and use this base to take that right there. We can just do some basic stuff right there. Ooh, millionaire things. Yeah.
Sorry for the noise, guys.
I'm just going to keep sending, I'm just going to keep basic infantry going for the time being. Yeah, so he's also going to the central island, but Greenfinger should be able to easily handle anything that's on the main island, because Sedge is not moving forward, but my commanding officer is, so just do a bit of capturing. Right, so this should all be pretty calm for the time being. Well, I just basically send my infantry forward, and I'm going, I'll have one.
Nom nom nom.
You need to talk, you need to cover while I'm using this.
Sorry, shout out to Trevor who gave us $5 and says, John and Claire, thank you for helping me get through my last year of college with this channel. You guys are awesome. P.S. Pineapples are great on pizza.
Wrong. Lies.
As predicted,
Incorrect.
As predicted, there is like a strong debate going on in the chat.
No,
now.
there's not. There's people who are right and there's people who are wrong. And there's the people who believe in pineapple are wrong. That's all there is here. That's all that's going on. Alright, let's save up some money, try and get a ranger out, because rangers will be needing to actually lock down the bridges when that becomes a thing. Especially as they've already got their first ranger out, because they've got the economic advantage for now. But yeah, if I just basically deploy my commander forward and they don't deploy theirs, then we should be fine. Ugh, bit of water there, thank you. Yeah, I've actually got time to capture this as well, fine. So it's even for the time being on the island, but I'm about to take over this area. And are you about to advance? Okay, that text might mean he's planning to advance now. But that's fine, because we've now taken 2 buildings on the island. He's only got 1, and I've got my commander forward deployed. And I've got a dog coming up soon. So we should be able to pretty easily kick off anything he's got here for the time being. Yeah, that should be absolutely fine. So, especially if I remember to use my criticals off my infantry by having them be adjacent to my commander. Because then, actually, at that point, yeah, infantry should be able to take on spears. So that should be fine, I think. Yeah, that'll be okay. And we're up to 500, which means I can actually deploy my first archer. Spot on. Okay, good. This is looking solid so far, yeah. Claire.
Chat.
Yes?
We can't have a straw poll about whether pineapple belongs on pizza or not. This is not a democracy.
Create the straw poll, Claire.
Oh, come on.
Prove that I'm right. We need to demonstrate to people that I am right. This is very important. Right, let's just get everyone into... Hang on, could you get the... Yeah, you can actually hold on that mountain over there. You can actually move over here. So that that spear guy won't be able to do a thing. We've got plenty of infantry floating in this direction. Sedge is still not moving forward, which is good. They've got their first Fluffalo out, which is marvellous. So that means I should get my first spear out sooner rather than later as well. In fact,
Excuse me, Jinx. Remember to make an I don't care option. You don't get to be Switzerland in this. It's too important.
yeah, you're either with me or you're my enemy. That's how pineapple on pizza works. Let's just get him up here in a nice defensive position. So, is that spot below the... That spot's safe. Okay, it's the spot down and to the right of this house that's safe for my dog. And then I've got more spears coming up at the rear as well. I could actually have another... Yeah, let's just actually get a double spear out using this, because that is for the better. And now, yeah, Fluffalo number 1's coming in. We won't be able to...
How is it close? How is it even close?
I don't understand. Ah, the dog's got on top of that one. I didn't realise they would actually have range for that, but that's fine. We can just basically use Woodfinger himself on this.
I voted just to antagonize John. Don't throw the ball!
Don't what?
Don't throw the pole just to antagonize John. It's very important.
Okay, so now, yeah, I can get over here. And so these guys, even though they're going to lose, because they get the first attack in, they're going to do alright, all things considered. And then this guy can get over here, and he can hit the dog. And that's very worth doing. So that's 100 versus, what is it, 200? And he's going to actually win that, because these guys are almost down to, yeah, they were almost at 9 already. So those dogs are already in a lot of trouble. This dog can't get anywhere. This, actually, we could... Oh, yeah, we can straight up knock down this house. Screw you. Right, okay, that's their economy in shambles. Right there. So this dog can... Get the dog over here, actually, on the mountain, just so that cavalry doesn't actually get the first shot in there. And now reinforcements pile in as quickly as we can. But yeah, Woodfinger should be able to block up the near side of the bridge. And we do have spears coming in en masse right now. But yeah, this is definitely a bigger scale battle than we've had before. But at this point, if I just go over to overview, yeah, I've now overtaken Sedge on income. So I'm now at 600 income to his 500 because I've knocked this building out of commission. So definitely worth forward deploying my commander for the time being. But of course, you need to be careful, because if you forward deployed your commander and your enemy hasn't, if they can pick off your commander, that's an instant win for them. So you've got to be a little bit careful of that. I'm also going to get a wagon just set up, just to help get spears just to the front a bit faster. And I can just afford another shooter as well. Let's just get another archer out here. See how all this shapes up. And yeah, there we go. And interesting. So I'm not allowed to deploy Gloom Giants, but this guy is. Okay. That's very, very interesting indeed. So that's something I need to take care of. So basically I need to get trebuchets out sooner rather than later. So his units are just basically coming at me, but they're going to be throwing themselves away for the most part. Against Woodfinger at the bare minimum. They can't do anything there. And yeah, those dogs are going to take down maybe one of my guys and take a bit of damage in return. So that dog unit is as good as finished off already. I like them in the kind of the aquamarine. It's a very good colour for them. That's cute. And I've got a full strength unit right here. So he can get over here and do, yeah, 38 damage. So he's already dead. Sedge is actually moving forward at this point. Interesting. And so is a giant. So I think he was saving up for that because it was kind of a plot thing. And you, 17. Okay, so get over there, finish him off, and probably not quite finish him off, but very, very close indeed. This dog can now move forward and wipe out that. Spot on. And now it's just a question of... Probably best I just capture that building, actually. Let's go for the economic advantage. We're just going to move in there, take that, and then I can reinforce off that if need be. And then how far can you get? You can't get to the space immediately to there. Yeah, we'll just move you there because I want some cover for these archers. And also, keep you moving on, please. And I'll actually have 1, 2, 3 right there, because I'll actually have more spears coming in. Because if I want to block up the bridges, spears are going to be how we're going to do it. So we're just going to have you guys moving in this direction and you moving in this direction. But it's time for us to start saving up for trebuchets. If he's got flipping giants, then we need trebuchets to counter them, because that's the only decent answer aside from using up the hit points of my own commander, who's up to 80%. So actually I can physically block up the bridges with him, which is actually pretty useful. So that's probably what I want to do next. Yeah, that's worth thinking about. Claire!
They're wrong, John.
They're just doing it to annoy me. They're being deliberately wrong. It's just being contrary. Everyone knows that it's actually better to not have pineapple on pizza. It's just a fact. Simple fact.
I mean, we could just take this entirely consultative vote and then
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
not actually.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
fair,
makes sense.
reasonable.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people who are watching the stream haven't voted in it as well, so
Yeah.
you know, I think that's fair.
Eminently reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's made it over the bridge so far? There's a giant coming this way, and this guy's
Also,
actually.
the chat is really upset that you're not calling them trebuchets, which is apparently what they are.
Oh, is that what they're actually called in this faction? Oh my goodness, they actually are. And technically, they're not called Fluffalos; they're called Green Guards. Maybe the beast is called the Fluffalo. Hang on, I need to check the actual codex here. We need to check the codex. We need details on this unit. Knights, Green Guard. Okay, they may look a bit chubby and stubby. They've proven to be powerful steeds. Yeah, the Fluffalo's only form of natural defense is to run headfirst into things with its eyes closed. Perfect for a Floran charge. Excellent. Oh, they are actually called Fluffalos, even though the unit is called the Green Guard. So I'm just going to keep calling them the Fluffalo, because that's adorable. Okay. We can get you... Oh, yeah, we can only get you to there, so you can't actually help out with that. The Giant's coming in. All I can do here, really, is just block up the bridge, and that's all I'm going to do. I just want to basically... I just want to have this guy just block up the bridge, so I'm just going to basically use these guys as speed bumps for the time being. So they're just going to basically stand there, and they're going to wait there, and that's all they're going to do. That's all I want them to do. You need to fall back... I could have them reinforce right there, but I don't want them to be that close. Yeah, I'm just going to reinforce him right here. I've got plenty of money for it. He goes back up to 9 hit points. You come over to here. The dog can make it to... Yeah, the dog can actually make it to the archer. Good. So that dog is going to be very useful. That's a really, really cost-effective pick-off, because that's 200 gold unit, knackering, and pretty much almost eliminating a kind of a cost 500 unit. So that's very good indeed. You can make it round the corner to here, and then we've also got spears coming in to deal with the Fluffalos. Okay, I was just supposed to... Yeah, hang on, I forgot to actually have that stabber inside the thing. That's fine, and then this stabber comes in this direction. As for Sedge himself, we're just going to have Woodfinger go north as soon as the Giant's taken care of. These guys can keep him busy for the time being. So that's all absolutely fine. I've still got 700 gold at this point. Not quite enough for the trebuchet because I needed... I should have gone for the trebuchet. Just end turn there, save the money. Don't forget the trebuchet next time. So, next up, yeah, they're going to take a pot shot at the house, and probably that's going to be enough to finish it off, because I just reinforced off it. Fair enough. But now I'm ready to use my ability. So, cavalry come in and finish off the dogs, and the dogs come over here and attack Woodfinger, which is Greenfinger even, which is not a good idea, so he's in trouble. And Sedge just basically comes forward, finishes off those guys, but I've got more weak basic infantry to basically throw in that direction just to keep him busy for the time being. Yeah, Woodfinger basically just needs to defeat the golem by himself. And there we go. I'm ready to use my ability. Spot on. What do you want to do, by the way? Oh, can you actually... I accidentally waited with you. That wasn't what I should have done. Claire, yes?
Yeah, Pyro Fluffian says there's already a spearman in the wagon.
Ah, is that what the problem is? Ah. How do you tell at a glance?
Also,
I thought there was a symbol.
That character's name is Greenfinger, not Woodfinger.
Yeah, sorry.
And people are getting annoyed with you.
Yeah, well,
Alright.
Let's get that over there. Yeah, it's because I was expecting that to be like a special, unique symbol that's visible on the map, which you did get with APCs in Advance Wars, so I was just a bit surprised that it didn't. So, okay, fine. Okay, you get over here. You get moving forward. The wagon can come back later. Do I want to... I probably just want to reinforce again, to be honest. I'm a little bit nervous while I'm just waiting for my troops to get up here, I'm just going to actually reinforce and just keep Woodfinger as safe as I can.
Greenfinger!
Treefinger, yeah. Okay, sorry, got it. Right, trebuchet. Let's get the trebuchets moving in the right
direction.
Let's just get Tree Finger's trebuchets and his catapult, sorry, moving as fast as we can in the right direction, okay? And by the way, this infantry can just totally finish off these archers, because screw you. There you go, you're dead now. Okay, cool.
Shout out to Keen, who says, man, John is good at this game. He's blossoming.
Oh dear.
And shout out to Nicholas, who gave us £5 and says, I am now the leader of the Pineapple Rebellion. Join my forces and fight against John.
There is no Pineapple Rebellion. This is not, no.
The Pineapple Rebellion is a lie.
It's all, this is just, no, unacceptable.
Ooh, apparently Greenfinger isn't even his name, it's his title.
Ah, okay. Fair
Excellent.
enough. Fair enough. And obviously he's going to kill those guys, but it's bought me enough time to actually, start getting some troops into position. Oh my goodness, it's a Fluffalo pulling the wagon! There's a Fluffalo pulling the wagon!
And the wagon's got leaves on top of it!
Ah! Yes. This is very important. This is all very, very important. Right, and here we go. I've actually now got the opportunity for my spearmen to get in and finish off their Fluffalos. So Fluffalos have been taken care of. That unit is mine and can, if need be... Yeah, let's just actually start basically trying to block up the actual bridge. So that works for me. Sedge has now got a way forward up north, but we've got some good progress down over here. Now, you want to go over to... Yeah, you fall back over to here and get ready to pick up the next guy who's going to spawn out of this. You just travel on foot. You head down... Yeah, probably best we get you to do a 32% damage versus the Gloom Giant. Let's actually just get that Gloom Giant out of the way. So one-on-one, you can handle that Gloom Giant. You want to probably... You can do 12% there. Probably best not to bother, to be honest. Let's just actually get my archers finishing off the dog. Should have moved forward, actually, because I could have done that. And then capture this building again. So that building is now back up to 5 hit points, so now it's in much better shape. And I can reinforce Woodfinger off that, ready for the fight against Sedge. Don't push forward too aggressively here.
Ooh, fighting words.
Uh-oh, what now?
Exodus in chat says, I'm ordering a ham and pineapple pizza right now.
Ugh. Well, you're fine with the ham. It's just the rest of it you're wrong about.
Yeah. Shout out to Bram, who gave us €2 and says, the pineapple Brexit is tearing this family apart.
Shh. It's not tearing this family apart. Me and Claire are on board with the no pineapple. It's just no pineapple. No pineapple. It's pretty simple stuff, really. Shh. I'm going to get my own Fluffalo out because a Green Guard Fluffalo can actually be quite useful for potentially doing a bit of damage to Sedge if need be. So obviously their giant is going to come and punch me a little bit, but it's going to fine. It's pretty much should be a pretty much dead even fight. A commander versus a giant is pretty much an even matchup, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and Angus in the chat is supporting you, says people need to leave John alone with the name thing.
Leave alone, dear.
He's just sticking in his head. And he says he's sorry that his sense of humor is a little wooden lately.
On the plus side, Sedge appears to be falling back.
Beleaguered sigh.
Sedge appears to be falling back, which is good
Tabby
news.
does not like pineapple on pizza, a random guy.
Tabby is not a deviant, no.
Yeah, also Tabby just likes meat.
Yeah, Tabby really likes meat. She gets very angry if she doesn't get her plate of meat, in fact. So, Tabby 100% wants meat, yes.
Tabby knows her value.
Mm-hmm. And Tabby can... Why are you getting... because you'll be under 40% health, you'll actually get you'll actually get bonus damage there. It's probably worth doing anyway, because then I can get you to like 20%. So these guys can go in and do a fair bit of damage, but this guy's going to do bonus damage in return because he gets the critical. And yeah, you can do like half damage back. Not quite half damage. But then this time, Tree Finger can actually finish him off once and for all. And there we go. Bushfinger defeats Sledge. Job flipping done. So that very crucial unit is down. This unit's just going to speed bump right here. This unit's coming in, and now we hold the central island, and we've got the money to produce more trebuchets. So at this point, it's just a question of, bunging up the bridges as long as we need to. and then we should be in good shape. So that wagon is doing excellent work. We got Fluffalows coming in. At this point, the advantage is very much mine. I can heal up Woodfinger using green. I'm not even doing this intentionally. I want you to know this is just hard to remember. I can heal him up there. So at this point,
you don't need to remember it. It's literally written on screen, and you're not paying attention.
That is somewhat true from a certain point of view.
Shout out to Austin in chat who says, John, you just need to branch out to different leader names.
Oh dear. Oh flipping dear.
And shout out to Connor who gave us $20. Thank you very much indeed. It says, hey John and Claire, long time lurker, first time commenter. Just a little something for the half a decade of amazing entertainment. Also count me as a member of the Pineapple Rebellion. There are dozens of us. Dozens!
No, unacceptable.
That's just a lie.
This is just all unacceptable. This is completely not acceptable. Okay, so I know what we need to do here. This is actually pretty easy. So we just we clear out this infantry with the spears. And then we just move this infantry right here. He's now blocking the bridge. He's got the adjacency bonus, so anyone who attacks him suffers a critical in return, meaning the Fluffalo that's trying to move to the south can't do a flipping thing. So that Fluffalo's been basically taken out of the game. That Fluffalo can't do anything. He's trying to bring up trebuchets, but I've also got trebuchets waiting for him. So that's absolutely fine. So I'm just going to bring that to here in a good spot. This guy, yeah, if I get the first hit right now, I can get 60% on this bridge. So we can make sure this bridge is safe for the time being. And then if I just follow up with this guy, there we go. That is them dead, and this bridge is to the north is secure. So now it's just a question of... Okay, so if I want to attack, I basically want to push along the north, because that's where their actual base is. That's where their stronghold is. So that's fine. So deploy the Fluffalos in this direction. I need to also bring Greenfinger north to reinforce. It's only 200, and then he's back up to full health, which is quite frankly very cheap under the circumstances. And then just deploy more of these guys further and further along in this direction.
Oh, Nathaniel, we thought you were in our corner. Nathaniel says to inform you that he's getting pineapple pizza with a nice frothy beverage.
I don't know if a fizzy beverage. I can't even say beverage. Oh God, it's getting worse. Oh no. Oh no, the doctors warned me it would get worse. Oh no. I can't even say.
John.
No.
Is a hamburger a sandwich?
No, of course not.
Why not?
Because it's a burger. It's toasted or grilled. It's got grill.
So, is a toasty not a toasted sandwich?
You're fired. Get out. Anyone who wants to be the new Claire, get your applications in now. Claire's been fired for deviancy.
Alright, fine.
Claire, come back. Claire, bring back the millionaire shortbread. Claire.
Well, if you're going to make cat noises at me.
It's a Fluffalo noise. Can I have my backup water as well? I'm out of my water.
Yes, of course.
I have backup water. This is organised. Alright, no. That way. That way.
You're mean.
There are rules in place that Claire's not allowed to carry water near my computer. Because it has mass...
I was going this way and then I was going to go the other way.
Oh dear.
Fine.
Oh,
What? Someone says in chat they don't believe bread exists.
interesting opinion.
No, you're wrong. You're so wrong.
No, that's literally wrong. Bread is definitely a thing that exists. There's a lot of evidence for it.
Yes, if a sandwich cannot be grilled, then what is a grilled cheese sandwich?
If a sandwich cannot be grilled,
then what's a grilled cheese sandwich?
It's a burger.
Okay, but John, do you not think that a burger is a sub-denomination of sandwich? Like all burgers are sandwiches, but not all sandwiches are burgers.
All burgers are
Like a burger is a square and a sandwich is a rectangle.
Mm-hmm. What? No! This is not how we differentiate. Now you're just saying things to hurt me. Also, what the hell is the AI doing? Okay, that's really damn dumb. I don't know what the AI was thinking there. They've just left their trebuchet completely exposed, and I don't even know why they would have done that. Like, what possible advantage does that give them? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if I can get my 1, 2, 3. Yeah, actually, this is fine. So I'm just going to move you here. And then you're here for the adjacency. That's 83%. Like, yeah, that's really stupid. And that's actually the first instance I've seen of the AI being really catastrophically dumb. Like, normally the AI in this game is pretty good. I'm not sure what it was thinking, leaving an unguarded trebuchet literally within range of multiple units when that's an expensive unit. Like, I don't know what it's thinking there. That's kind of actually really odd.
Ha! Clara's right. All burgers are sandwiches. But
That
is a
can't
hot dog
be true.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Well, define sandwich then. Because a sandwich is, you know...
It's a town in Kent.
But a sandwich is a thing between two pieces of bread.
Or is it?
Yeah, because if you take a person who's being an idiot and you put a piece of bread on each side of their head and you shout at them, then they're an idiot sandwich.
I can't deny that.
That's the definition of a sandwich.
Can't deny that because I like because that's my favorite Gordon Ramsay moment.
I'm sorry, but according to Gordon Ramsay rule, a burger, which is a piece of meat in between two pieces of bread.
I can't deny that because I like the idiot sandwich bit from Gordon Ramsay. That's true. Okay, these fluff loaves are going to be very badly damaged. Oh yeah, they're going to be really badly damaged. Okay, things are going bad up north. Really bad up north. But they're going better down south. Yeah, in fact, actually down south, we can pretty much start pushing into their economic structure, which is pretty much exactly what you want to do. In fact, actually, no. Things are not going as bad as I feared they might be, because this trebuchet is in range of these fluffalos. Trebuchet away! And the fluffalos go down. That's spot on. Which means I can also attack their archers 70% because they're actually on a road, so the counterfire is extremely limited. Oh, dear. Did anyone ever get back to us on, whether the defense bonuses of defending units in the event that the unit in question is... actually, if they need to
I'm sure they did, but between the pineapple thing and the bread thing, I have
3, 4,
definitely missed it. I'm
Okay.
very sorry, but if you can send it again, that'd be super useful.
Okay, now the trebuchet is positioned in a way that any melee unit that tries to come to this square to attack this guy, this trebuchet gets a guaranteed crit against it, which is pretty good. Oh dear. Yes.
Shout out to Jacob who gave us 50 Danish krona and says, I went to the zoo and saw a baguette in a cage. The zookeeper said it was bred in captivity. Also, when do we get Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines?
That's not coming up anytime imminently, as far as I'm aware. It's not currently planned. Okay, now let's time to... now we can basically break one of his buildings back to being neutral. Spot on. With barely any casualties as well. So that is really good news. We've started damaging his economy, and if we can just take the base on the south, he's basically screwed. Because at that point I can start spawning units, like literally into his... literally right into his own base. And this, Greenfinger needs to go forward, because if Greenfinger goes forward right now, then potentially he can literally block off the link between the north and the south, and then we can mop up all of this before he can even get reinforcements down in any significant numbers, which works for me. So now you get over to here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can basically go down to there to help this guy move along when the time is right. And this wagon starts moving back over here to pick up the next guy. And now we've got... I accidentally reinforced, didn't even mean to. There we go. And now I just need, more fluffalos going in this direction, which works for me. So, now anyone that tries to attack... What are you going to try and do? No, they're not even going to try and attack. I think this time the AI is being clever because it knows what's happening. You can literally see it. Okay, so that dog is in trouble. If you could get that, actually, him himself would be a good bet. And then if he's standing here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we could just block up all of this. That's probably actually not bad at all. Okay, you come over to here, capture, then that's going to be 3 hit points. That's cleared him off this space, which means you can then wild growth. And then, yeah, so at that point, we can basically just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, yeah, we're just basically blocking up this area pretty severely. So he comes here, wild growths, and now we can just basically secure these buildings down here. And if he wants to try and reinforce the south, it's gonna take him some time to do, which works for me. And over here, you reinforce up to, yeah, that's now at 7. You can move into this position. Can that dog get round to? That dog cannot get round to that spot, so you can actually counterfire against the dog. Trebuchet gets priority, as Trebuchet is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1 shy of hitting the barracks, but next turn, we can start moving it into position. I'm going to move you two to the north, however. No, I'm just going to move one of you to the north, actually. That should be fine. You, however, can probably... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to shift you up north. You can actually go up north. So there's 2 going up north right now, and you join the south. And this is actually looking really sweet right now. I'm pretty happy with how this is going, especially once the Fluffalo reinforcements get over there. Claire, back to you.
Yeah, I just want you all to know that I looked it up in the dictionary, and it says a sandwich is an item of food consisting of 2 pieces of bread with filling between the meat and as a light meal. So it's not about slices, it's about pieces, so I think bonus count. But also, we legit have more questions about this, by the way.
Oh,
so,
God. Yeah.
Paul Wilson
Carry on, then.
Paul Wilson gave us $2 and would like to know if I asked for a bacon sandwich on toast, what would you think that I meant?
A bacon sandwich on toast would be... That would be a toasted sandwich.
So, like a bacon toasty?
Yes.
Because I think what that means is the very European definition of toast as opposed to bread, where it's like a, you know, a square loaf.
Yeah.
And then you buy it pre-cut in the store, and so that it goes in a toaster. Whereas, you know, in Europe and in particular in France, if you buy bread, it'll be like a loaf or a baguette, and you cut it up, and that's different from toast, like a loaf that you can toast.
I'm gonna trebuchet the flipping dogs. Trebuchet the dogs.
Oh.
Yes, yes. And now, okay, now we've got reinforcements waiting here. We got reinforcements right flipping here. Screw the lot of you, and yeah, get these guys. Okay, so the northern bridge is now looking a lot more secure. Though I'm a bit concerned by that archer. That archer's very weak. This guy's ready to do his special ability. His special ability is, I think, yeah, he can attack anyone, and if it does 35% damage, and if he kills them, he gets to do it again. So we can basically move from weakened unit to weakened unit. So the important thing for me right now is not to allow weakened units to, like, exist. Which actually shouldn't be too difficult to do. So, is the right thing to do... I don't need actually to use this guy to attack that. I can just attack... Yeah, I'm just going to use Woodfinger to finish off the dogs. So we can finish off the dogs, no problem at all, with his mighty, like, tree moose, whatever. Then these guys can just move in over here. They can capture this building. Sedge is actually struggling to even get past the vines in a single hit. So that building is back under my command, which is spot on. You can now get over to... You can attack this building for 25% damage, which is not bad as a starting point, because I don't think they can actually... No, it can't fire back. This unit is now ready to start moving forward. Yeah, if it moves to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, if it moves to here, then next turn, it can actually start doing its job, which is spot on. So now move you to here. You will not be able to... Actually, you will be able to fire to that spot by moving to here. But... it's worth it. It's worth it to be able to just knock that building out and immediately take it. Which you'll totally be able to do. So that unit will probably, their unit of archers will probably fire at my trebuchet, and I'm just going to accept that. That's fine. And I'm also just going to actually forward deploy my wagon, which I don't normally do, just because I would rather have more units here, because I can take these buildings right now, while these guys are blatantly stuck trying to cross mountains and hack their way past vines, which is going to significantly slow them down. This unit, however, can start moving backwards over here. And yeah, now I've actually got buildings on his side, I can start reinforcing off them. Yes.
Andreas in the chat says, drinking game, 1 drink for every time John calls Greenfinger something else. Drink with moderation, folks. Be careful.
Definitely drink with moderation. Yes, that would be a dangerous game to play.
And shout out to Ella, who gave us £2 and says, I be new, Claire. I even bring spare cat. You can't bring spare cat. It'll scare Tabby.
Tabby will probably be scared, yes.
Yeah.
As I suspected, they went for the trebuchet, but honestly, it only did 3 hit points damage. I can reinforce it up. So they're trying to blast their way past my vines right now. And Sedge might be able to cut his way past these because they are dropping 2 hit points a turn. No, he can't quite. He hasn't got through yet, meaning they still haven't managed to get through to us, which means basically we've got a free run at their base. I don't think there's anything they can do to stop us taking the base in the south, and that means I've got a base on their island, which basically means they're screwed. So yeah, attack. 97%, it's only at 8 hit points. The trebuchet opens up the city, and now that's ours.
And Oscary says you attacked with the melee units first and then with the archers. You want to do it the other way around, because...
that's very true, yeah.
Otherwise, obviously, your own units get damaged by the archers.
Yeah, and now I'm going to capture... Hang on, where do I want you to go? I want you to be able to get bonus damage against this guy. So I'm going to move you to here. And then I'm going to attack the pup with these archers right here. So the pup gets 80% damage right there. This person can come over here and can get the adjacency bonus of the 6 strength spearmen. So those guys go down nice and easy. Treefinger moves over here and captures this, moving it over to 5 hit points. So I now have a 5 hit point base right in the middle of these guys' territory, which is flipping spot on. And as for the rest of it, I'm just going to move you guys over to here. There is not a single strength 3 or below unit here, so Sedge's ability is pretty much useless right now. So yeah, let's actually just get that out of there at this moment. I'm happy to just kind of basically keep him busy behind spears while I actually start working on taking out this place as well. But yeah, Woodfinger's ready to take him on directly, which should be fine. And in fact, actually... I tell you what, they seem to be backing off this area right now. So as Sedge can't get over to beyond the edge of the bridge, I'm moving in this direction. Screw it. And then you can go 1, 2, 3. And yeah, the other guy can get adjacency. So I'm ready to basically start sending forward the trebuchet on the north as well. Sorry, trebuchet. It's Greenfinger's trebuchet. I can do this. This is fine. These are words that I can read on a screen.
Shout out to Nathaniel, who gave us $5 and says, I live in the Midwest and it got down to 50 below 0 in Fahrenheit. I couldn't go out and I felt isolated.
Ice. Dear, oh flipping dear.
Seriously though, it's flipping cold.
It truly is, yes.
Yeah, that's like minus 45 Celsius, by the way.
Alright, so...
That's cold.
Sedge is now through. Can he? No, he can't quite one-shot a strength 7. So he takes about 5% damage in return. Those guys managed to actually make it over the mountain, so my archers took a bit of damage. I should have checked the movement range of those infantry. We'll give them a bit of damage in return regardless. That archer is only strength 3. So it's enough to finish off that unit, but honestly that just clears some space out of the way, and the other unit will not be able to push through. Oh, you're trying to charge spears with fluffalos. Oh, I wouldn't recommend it. You're going to take a lot of damage in return because those guys are reinforced already. And that dog is going to probably survive. Yeah, that's going to be pretty much an even one. They're just both very, very weak right now. And other than that, it's just more spears trying to take out Greenfinger's plants. They've done a very good job keeping those units back and out of the way. And at this point, yeah, there's not much they can do. Over to turn 18. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tragically, the trebuchet is not quite in a position to get a critical against Sedge, but it can do 22% damage, which I will gladly take, to be honest. So he's down to about 7 hit points or thereabouts. Woodfinger, meanwhile, is at strength, and Woodfinger is ready to potentially attack. Yeah, 45% down right there. Honestly, I think that's worth it. Woodfinger's going in, and I think we can just kill Sedge right now. I think we might be able to finish him off if flipping immediately. So he's down to 7. That brings him down to 3. Okay, he's at 3. That's fine. But he only does 1 hit point in return, which is not a situation he wants to be in at flipping all. In which case... How much damage can you do by yourself? You can do 20 when not being boosted. What about you with a critical? 30! That should... Oh, he might just survive this, but if so, we've got something on the other side. No! Sedge goes down. Sniped him. Good, that saves me some trouble. So, an end to this dark chapter. Sedge has been defeated. But he won't die. He'll just, you know, just be banished and come back later. So, there we go. He's very disappointed. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. You shun redemption. I was a fool to believe you could change. Off you go, Sedge. You're no longer welcome in the Floran lands. Sedge is going. The green finger should watch the shadows. Oh, I think he's going to go and cause trouble for me, though. Boo. He's just a big dick. You could have killed him, you know, because he was actually, you know, he just promised to go and hunt me down. But whatever. And only a B rank, unfortunately. Yeah, total turns 18. Interesting. And I can now play as Green Finger in Arcade as well. And I've learned some lore about flipping Sedge. Spot on. Excellent indeed. So, yeah, there's a side mission over here. What mission is this? This is Nuru and Mercia decide to test each other. So a little kind of side mission over there. Or, you know, I'll do actually one of the actual main missions over here. Kind of, we're moving into the desert. So this is actually the next act. So Mercia's journey is interrupted by an enemy she thought she'd left behind. Is it just going to be Sedge again? It might just be Sedge again. No, it's at the Felheim. We had to take on the Felheim. This is like quite a lot of Felheim, actually. So this is the Lost League. What exactly is the Lost League? It's Ragnar! I like Ragnar. I like how dramatic she is. She's literally shown up and got all her friends to pose while sparkling. And she's also brought...
they have cool wings.
They're harpies. Or whatever the equivalent is for the Felheim Legion. So I'm guessing this is the... What?
Sorry, I was just wondering how much longer we're going for if we're starting something new. You have the clock, don't you?
Yes. You do. We'll do this mission, then we'll wrap up after that.
So do we have an idea of how long? Because people are asking for...
Probably 20-30 minutes.
Like a toilet break, but I think we normally do a break much earlier than that. But it's just we had the food at hand, so we didn't need to get up.
We did.
Yes.
And I like Ragnar being so dramatic, just jumping around and like, I'll annihilate
I love
you.
her. I love her.
She is somewhat you, yes. Oh dear. And yeah, basically she's bringing a ton of air units in, so basically this is just about me learning about anti-air. So that's fine. She's going to send air units at me. I've got Majors who are the new anti-air, and I've also got Ballista that are the new missiles. So melee and ranged anti-air. So we're just going to be shooting down a lot of flipping vampires, basically. Yeah, so yeah, unfortunately I've got very good anti-air units. And alchemists can also heal, which is interesting. So yeah, they're not just anti-air. If there's no air, they have a special healing ability, which is very, very cool indeed. Like mini Mercias.
Okay.
Aww. Yes.
Oscar LeDerp says defense bonus does not apply to attacking range units. It's only while defending. I just checked it multiple times.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it. Okay, Captain Pool 404 gave us £5 and says, I'm back. And then also
hello, Captain Cool.
The score of the match, which I'm not going to say just in case there's some people not watching
That's
the
good,
chat
good.
not,
Yeah, makes sense.
And Bumble is still excited and giving out hugs. Life is good. Bumble, you're a good dog.
Excellent dog.
Tell the dog he's a good dog.
Good dog, Bumble. Not the other thing. Okay, so the trick here to this mission, basically, you can see immediately, which is they've only got one tower, or whatever, yeah, tower, which is the equivalent of an airport. So this is the only thing that can spawn air units. So all air units are going to be coming from the tower, and there is a convenient spot of land around here that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, basically 3 to 5 spots away from any square that vampires could be spawned onto. So as a result of that, if I can just get my ballista right here, then I have 100% coverage against this, and I should be able to just immediately shoot down anything that pops out. Because, yeah, if it's anything like missiles and advanced wars, it should be a one-hit kill, because it is a difficult to set up ranged unit. So again, it's unable to move and attack the same turn. So what we ultimately need to do is be primarily focused on heading south and getting our missiles into this position, and once we get into that position, they cannot spam air units anymore. But in all fairness, because I've actually got these here, the new majors, who are just like anti-air, and they're also very effective against a lot of other stuff as well, like basic infantry and whatever. They're very powerful in general. We should be fine. They are also, yeah, because they're infantry, it means the anti-air of this game can actually capture buildings. So that's very, very useful indeed. So I'll just kind of send them in that direction to just start doing all of that. You start heading down in this direction. You follow up there. Spot on. And Mercia can also go in that direction, because of course if we can snipe off Ragnar, then that works as well. And I will just actually have one extra unit of basic swordsmen right here just to basically go and snipe that, so we can actually have my anti-air coming south to reinforce this group right here. But actually, this should actually be a pretty simple mission, to be honest. So I'll also actually just get a... What else have they got? They've got a couple of basic things over here. They do actually have one unit of cavalry they could start with, so I'm just going to get out one pikeman now, just start him moving in the right direction. I'll probably get a wagon out next turn, just to make sure he can get to the front. Ragnar looks like she's charging straight forward, which makes sense. They've got a skeleton and a ranger heading to the north. The vampires look like they're swinging straight in, so we've just got to be a little bit careful here. We can't actually go straight to that town, because, yeah, they'll just be able to cause trouble for me. What's their movement, by the way? 5. Okay, so they're not that mobile, actually. They're not that mobile at all. So let's actually just get you to here. We'll capture that, and we should be in a good position right there. So if you want to... I might be able to bait them forward, to be honest, which might not be a bad idea. Yeah, I'm just going to bait them forward into Mercia. I'm going to see if they're willing to take the bait right there. So I'm just going to put Mercia right here. And you, I'm just going to have right over here just to basically capture them. You... Can you get over to there? No, you can't actually deal with that spot right there. So as some of them are going north, I'm glad I've got one of my majors up in this part of the world. In fact, actually, you can just make it to... How far can you move? Can you move? Oh, you can move 5. Oh, that's pretty good. I didn't realise they had movement of 5. That's good. So, and yeah, these guys get criticals over mountains, I believe. Yeah, if they're starting over a mountain, they get a critical. So watch out for that. Don't let them position themselves like that. So you can't hit that spot. So you may as well go here. Capture this spot right here. Spot flipping on. Where's the cav, by the way? The cav is coming in this direction. So let's just move you there. I will get a wagon out, because yeah, wagons are useful things to actually have out on the field. Nothing else is coming out in this direction. I'll get a battle pup out over here, because the pup should be able to handle both the skeleton and the ranger who's going up north, looking to capture in that direction. And one of the vampires immediately takes the bait. Now, doesn't hurt that much, about 2.5 hit points. Another one comes to try and take the base. Okay, that's pretty good. How well do they do there? Not quite enough to win. And yeah, look at that. Even a base that's almost dead does a lot back. So I think it's flat damage. So this has actually worked out brilliantly. They're not going to be able to... they just take that one, but that's fine. We can immediately take it back. They go over there and take the basic that's over on the right there. Turn the neutral into theirs. Not a big deal. We knew they were going to do that. We couldn't stop them. Yeah, we're actually going to be able to eliminate half of your Harpy force immediately. Actually, not quite, because there's 3 of them. They might have actually taken a bit too much bait on this occasion, but I think we can do all right here. I think we can do just fine. So, straight away, you get over here, attack, and that is, yeah, 217% damage. So that is a very, very easy pick-off. It's like anti-air versus B-copters back in Advance Wars. No problem whatsoever. So, I've loads more where they came from. Not for too much longer, you don't, actually. And as suspected, yeah, 135%. It's an easy pick-off right there. Yes?
By the way, folks, if you're just watching the stream and not watching the chat, I suggest you go and check the chat, because I've been putting in the chat links to all of the puppy pictures that I've been
so many puppy pictures.
Twitter, and they are so good.
Excellent.
They are so good.
Major's doing some good work there.
There's like literally 2 different puppies wearing bow ties. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They're just very, like, it's a good total of puppies. You'll have to look at them later when we're having dinner.
I'm going to say Mercy's just going to keep taking this building, because if they're going to keep taking the bait and having their kind of vampires trying to attack the building, I can just keep picking them off. So that will be them pretty much as good as done. So yeah, I'm going to capture these, and then yeah, 1 unit of basic infantry with a battle pup behind should, if well positioned, be able to easily handle whatever they've got coming up north. Won't really be able to easily crack open the base they've already taken. I'll need some actual spears for that, but it'll do as a starting point. Now, I'm also going to use the wagon right here just to make sure that we've actually got ourselves... Yeah, this guy needs to be right here. So, no, there's no chance you'll be able to get there. You might be able to charge into Mercia. So, Mercia might be looking a bit on the... I might have left Mercia a little bit exposed, but she's at 20% power right now. I might need to use the healing ability of these guys, because, yeah, they can actually heal allied targets by 20%, so I might need to do... precisely that. In fact, I might just get an extra alchemist out in the field right now just for safety, because they're not bad, and the healing against Mercia, because honestly, Mercia with healing support might just be able to kill Ragnar, like, right now, and I'm a bit worried about Mercia's survivability at this exact moment in time. So, we'll see whether they take the bait of the building again. Let's see if they actually go for it. So, obviously, yeah, the knight charges Mercia. I think he didn't get the critical, though. I think he was less than that away. Yeah, he wasn't the full 6 spaces away, so that's fine. He just ends up blocking that up. The weakened vampire does a bit more damage. She's down to about 3. Yeah, that vampire takes the bait. Probably will shatter this immediately. I'm being shown a puppy. Oh, that's a good puppy in a bow tie, I think.
Yes, I thought you'd particularly like that one. He has a very sweet face.
More dogs coming in there, and I think... Oh, actually, can I...
I think it's like a comic book superhero bow tie as well.
Can this... Yeah, okay, so this alchemist can just get into the right position to clear out this. You've got your own... That's your own alchemist, isn't it? Yeah, that's your own alchemist. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fine, so they can totally counterattack. That's fine. So up on top of a mountain, my alchemist is in a good defensive position. I like the fact that they've got lightning powers. That feels very badass. That's very badass indeed. So that's pretty good. Next up... I've got, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 60 to 17, so I'm going to take that right there, because he's actually in the forest for a potential counterattack, which is good. And now the dog can do 80% right there. So we've got 2 good hits in against that infantry. That infantry is not posing any threat whatsoever. You can take out these guys. So right now I've got alchemists flipping everywhere, so this is not a problem. And more importantly, my ballista's safe, so I don't need to train a new one. And it can start trying to get into a position. And there we go. How are you doing this? I'm using anti-air. I'm using anti-air against air units. It ain't exactly desperately complicated stuff, but alright, fine, whatever. You, however, annoyingly can't get it to her. Okay. But that's fine. I've still got the missiles, so I don't actually need you to. So 135 there. Ballista, fires, boom. Dead in one go. Because that one bolt, like, pierces multiple vampires, which is kind of weird. Now, how well does this do against that? 35% an alchemist can do to a knight, which is not terrible, to be honest, but I think I would rather, yeah, just have you move over here and capture this building. So you just capture that building immediately, spot on. So that now becomes mine, and I think I should probably, what I should do is I should move Mercia down here and have her reinforced for 2, yeah, there we go. So she's now back up to 9 hit points. And, even better, I can instantly finish off that knight. Now I've moved her out of the way by bringing those up. They've got dogs coming in, but dogs can't do anything to max. I'm not sure how... Oh, spearmen, sorry. I'm not sure how well dogs are going to do versus alchemists. If it's anything like recon versus anti-air in Advance Wars, shouldn't be good. But we'll have to see about that. So, let's actually get myself more infantry. Yeah, another pikeman over here who can be shipped over that direction. I'm happy now I'm building wagons earlier. Building wagons earlier definitely seems like a good thing to do. I'm also pretty much out of money because of that reinforced. That was expensive. So, that's pretty much all I can do this turn. But we've cleared out, I believe, all her standing air force, but she might train more. Yeah, so she's training more, so that's why I need to bring my missiles further and further up. Okay, so the dogs are going for Mercia. They're not going to do a thing to her. Now, the question is Ragnar going to immediately try and charge me? Because, no, she's heading north. She's going to attack my battle pups up north, which is unfortunate. Oh, she just cleared out the whole unit in a single shield bash. Wow. Okay, so the north's looking a bit on the dodgy side there. But this does give me the opportunity to push forward more easily to get my missiles into a position where I can take care of her vampires. Just to make sure she doesn't cause more trouble right there. Yeah, there's actually a lot heading north, but that does open up the way for me to actually just push on the south. So I don't mind. That's acceptable. So yeah, that's 85%. Yeah, 85% damage of mages versus battle pups. So they do very, very well there. I'm not sure how well they do defensively. Probably less good, but that's absolutely fine. And okay, what's your range right there? Oh yeah, your range isn't that good at all. I'm just going to keep this on the roads while Mercia just starts pushing forwards. If they are potentially interested in, yeah, attacking me, Mercia can, yeah, I'm happy for Mercia just to wait there. I will actually just move you into a good position. Yeah, I'll move you actually to, I'll move you into the forest right here. This will do. I'm a bit concerned by obviously the very large amount of trouble that's going on up here. I'll reinforce for only 69. I've got a good economy going on right now. Do I want to send one of you guys forward? Okay, what's your range? That would bring you... No, I'll keep you at the back for the time being. Though actually, I'll put you up on the mountain. I'll put you up on the mountain. Could have healed you up right there, but I think I'm happy with not. We'll see if they... Actually, she's not got any bait to take, to be honest, so we'll just move you to right there. That's fine. If I want something that can deal with her... Am I allowed to build my own golems, by the way? No, I'm still allowed to build my own one of them, and I don't have trebuchets either. I'll probably save up for trebuchets in that case. I'll just actually not buy anything for the time being. So, that alchemist heads down south, attacks Mercia. How well do you do versus a hero? Pretty well, actually. That's, yeah, they're powerful. For not that expensive, that's well done. And yeah, she's coming in to knock out my buildings, which is unfortunate. But that's fine, I just actually cleared that building up myself with regeneration. So I can actually, this is actually kind of good, because it means I can recapture it at 5 hit points, meaning it's ready to just be used to, like, recover and reinforce faster. So that's not a problem at all. And she's totally exposed her next witch. So that's actually, yeah, this all works for me, actually. Now, how well do mechs work against these guys? 70%, love it. Right, so that's you as good as dead. They're all dead. Clear that out, no problem at all. And that opens up the way for Mercia. And actually, you guys are, you know what, no, I won't. I'll try to avoid, but... Yeah, I will. Even though it means I can't move my missiles forward, I'll use the missiles on the witches anyway. And they're not witches, and they're not missiles. Neither of those words were correct. But this does mean, yeah, if I move you two here, that's 135% right there. Spot on. These guys are really tough. I mean, anti-air in Advanced Wars are really good against infantry. This doesn't surprise me. Now, and I believe these guys are also really good against pups. Yeah, 85%. Spot on. So that is good, and we've got some mechs nearby to clear out the little horses they've just done. You do that. Oh, you just came over to give me a reassuring nuzzle. That's very nice of you. Where can you move to? You can move to there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to move Mercia to here, and I'm going to do a... Wow, that's... Oh, wow. It's that bigger area. Oh, okay. I didn't realise it was a massive area. That's why it costs 300. Got it. Okay, so yeah, now I'm just going to basically recapture this place. But now it's back up to 5 hit points. So that's going to slow Ragnar down quite significantly. And I'm also just going to attack with you. It's only going to do like 20, and this unit's going to die in return, but it'll do a little bit of damage. I'm just going to, yeah, have a little bit more of the old mechs ready to go. Can I actually have a ranger? No, I'll just go for pikeman. Pikeman's fine. I'll just keep Ragnar busy with pikeman for the time being while I just basically push into a position to deal with that. In fact, I might be able to push straight to her stronghold while she's busy up north. Though honestly, with all these units right here, now I know that these alchemists are pretty good against heroes, I'm probably ready to just storm north and take her out. That might well work. Claire, back to you.
Yeah, we're all caught up on super chats, and the chat is currently mostly just talking about good pets, because I've been sending them so many pictures of pets. So if you have any questions for John, now is the time.
Now is a good time while we wrap things up in the final mission here.
Now we get a lot of questions about, will you play this game, will you play that game, and those are, you know, a little bit difficult to for us to respond to, because it's always kind of like... I
don't know what that game is. Yes,
I mean, so if you have questions that are not about like a specific game and whether we're going to play it, now's the time.
Mm-hmm. Darn straight.
Yes.
Now, let's actually just... Yeah, screw it. Let's just storm into her base. She's busy up north doing, like, whatever. So, actually, she might be going straight for the stronghold, which could be a bit of a problem.
Oh, shout out to Chitara in the chat who says, I'm happy that good doggos and good kiddies have healed us from the pizza wars.
This is very true. That's a good thing.
And Tabby is the best bet.
She's pretty darn good, it must be said. Right, let's just get you up to here. Yeah, I'm just a little bit concerned about the fact that I can't get up to there, which is a shame. Yeah, I'm just concerned that Ragnar's basically got the same plan as me, but she's technically slightly ahead of me in that plan, which is she's actually getting close by to my base. So if that's what she wants to do, she'd need to stand, yeah, in one of these two. She'd need to stand in one of those two spots. So just in case that's exactly what she's planning, I'm going to put you down over here. I'm going to put a trebuchet over here, and I'm going to put this as bait right here. I'm going to put you in a good defensive position up on this mountain, because we don't need all of that anti-air anymore. And as for Mercia, she can just basically start pushing forward towards the base. Or should I have her fall back towards... A mech and 2 anti-air pushing into a base where there's... No, I'm going to commit her. I'm going to commit her right here. I think we can probably knock down their stronghold before they can knock down mine. Especially if I can knock down their barracks right now, which I think I can do. This is a bit risky. This is a bit risky. But, and both of us are ready to use our powers. She's shield jumping, and that's annoying, because that means she actually managed to get hit against the trebuchet, which we should normally get. Yeah, she just basically does a little area of effect attack, and they're starting to knock down the base here. This is concerning, actually. Little concerning. Need to get in there. But their alchemists are... the alchemists are actually doing good enough work, but they should go down to about half health, because defensively they're not great. If I use my power... Okay. This is looking dicey, actually. This is looking a little bit on the dicey side. I'm not in a position to help out there. Okay, you can get over to here. You can get over to here. Okay, do 14% damage to her. It's not much, but it'll slow her down for a minute. Unfortunately, she's in the bloody forest. Yeah, the mech should totally get over here and do 42% damage over there. I'm concerned, actually. Right, spam anything that will give me an edge here. In fact, actually, you know what? I'm gonna... I can't quite... I can get a healing against these units. I can get a healing... Actually, am I allowed to heal my buildings? Can you guys heal buildings? Is that allowed? And the answer is... No, what did you just heal? Did you just not heal anything? I feel like you just did not heal anything. Which is unfortunate, because you should have at least healed the thing I was... Alright, fine, whatever. We're not in range to attack that, and... Wait, what? Oh! The ballista can attack anything, it's just specialised versus anti-air. Oh, that's very useful. Right, well, clear out these bastards if you can. They just survived. That's really annoying. Because you need to get over to here. Yeah, you get over here to finish these guys off. And then they've got nothing left in this part of the world because they just wasted all of that. You can do 52% against that horse. So that horse is down to there. And then Mercia can finish off that, which is fine. So now we can start basically pushing directly into the rest of it. But I'm a little concerned about the Strength 7 building. Can she just knock straight into that? Because I think she might be able to. I might be about to just lose. We might just be about to straight up lose. If she just decides to attack that building and it's not stronger than a normal building, then we could be in a bit of trouble there. So, okay, she's coming over here. That's done that. No, she's gone for the base, not the building that leads to instant victory. Which is fine. Oh dear, this is now we're just basically in a rush to see who can like take the other stronghold fastest. And she's got... Well, she's not got more here. That unit's going for my stronghold. Really need to just keep her busy, actually. Need to just keep her the hell busy. Okay, this is fine. Everything's under control. Are you actually in range to take out... Yeah, you're in range to take out the vampire. Good. So the vampire will be instantly finished off. It's nice that it can actually attack anything. It's just weaker if it does. Mercia might need to just actually heal up these people for the sake of... Yeah, if you do healing aura, then these people will be in good shape. Actually, can you make it to... No, you can only make it to that spot. That means you need to stand right here and get these people healed up. So healing aura to get these people back up to strength and also get her up to 9, which means she can knock down buildings more effectively. You can do 85%. Should have gone for the horse, not the dog, but I think the horse is already pretty weak. So now I can go forward. Don't go for that. If they want to try and attack with the spearmen, let them. 49%. That horse is now dead. They've got 1 basic unit of infantry right there, but he can't make it over to me. Now we're just trying to see how long is it going to take you to get over to... Oh, bloody hell. I can block her from getting back to this, actually. I can actually physically... No, maybe I can't. Oh, dear. Attack her. Yeah, 14%. Just keep weakening her because it'll stop her from one-shotting by flipping base. You need to get over here and finish them. Yeah, 38%. That's good. If you'd like to kill them, that'd be great. Didn't quite kill them, unfortunately. You get over here and then, yeah, heal this unit. There we go. Spot on. There you go. This time your healing actually worked. Would you like to attack that? That would do 16 to 29 back. Honestly, that's probably a good deal. So, she's now down to like 5 hit points. Or, no, she's still at 6. But she probably can't one-shot my actual base anymore. So, just keep spamming the pikemen. Like, but she's got just herself. But she's still got 2 bases. Now I've only got 1, but I can take it back pretty easily. This spearman might be able to take this building over. This is closer than it should be. I should have just gone back and finished her off. I could have just cornered her at the beginning. But if that alchemist can probably do some good work against her at this point. Unless she takes the base herself. If she takes the base herself, that could be a problem. But I don't think it can do anything that turn. So in come the spearmen. And they are now completely flipping screwed. Dogs go in there too. They're just going to die. Fine. The dogs have just suicided into them. That opens up the way for Mercia herself at this point. More flipping horses being spammed. Okay, she's backing off. She's not going for my base right now. Which works for me. Because now... Hang on, can you make it over to... Yes, you can. Okay, we can take a base of our own. So Mercia goes in, attacks this base right here. The base will not fall... But I've also got the mechs. So it's worth it to get this extra base in. So, yeah, go over here. Attack that. Spot on. That cracks the base open. Makes it neutral. And I haven't got anything yet. No, especially as if you've taken one of mine. Now get over here. And now I can take that, which will be an excellent target. So that'll only be at 2 hit points. They can take it straight back, or rather they can knock it back to being neutral. But they'll stop them training for the time being. She's retreating north right now. I can do 30% damage to her, actually. That's pretty good. And I believe these guys get a critical in the event that they actually have good defense. I think that's their critical. I think it's defense of 3 or higher. So that's why they just did some pretty damn good work there. You can't get over here. You can't get over here either. Right, you guys, yeah, one of you head over here. Recapture that barracks, please. Everyone else, pursue her into the woods. Alright, do not let her flipping get away. And then actually you reinforce right there. That's a good use of money. That trebuchet's back up to strength. You get in this direction. You get over here and be ready to provide support. That unit's trying to escape. Just gonna sort them out. We can pursue with the wagon. We're doing alright for now, okay? And now, actually, this is what I wanted to see all along. The missiles are finally in the right position. So now she cannot train anything from her tower anymore. If she attempts to, she will be immediately just shot down by the missiles. So I kind of hope she does. So I hope she's a real idiot about that. It wouldn't be the first time. We have, you know, the AI in this game. I've seen it made one stupid decision with leaving its trebuchets exposed. Sadly, the spears managed to kill one of my units. So I might not be able to finish this at the south. But weirdly, I'm probably yeah, I was worried I had to like finish the south nice and quick because otherwise Ragnar was going to kill me. Now I'm thinking that actually what's going to happen is the south I'm now going to struggle to survive, but now it's just a race as to who can kill the other's leader first. So that's fine, and I think I can do it right now. Trebuchet of 25% damage onto Ragnar will actually get her down to like 1 hit point, and then the alchemist should be able to hunt her down, which feels, you know, appropriate because she was, you know, surprised and shocked by how well my alchemists were doing. So now we just basically zap her and down she goes. Win. Nice. She got herself overexposed in the end. Yeah, that battle turned out completely different how I was expecting it to, which is what I like about the new hero leader system. So now, oh, she's doing the twitchy dance. And we're just going to let her go. We're not going to capture or anything. All those vampires, this is impossible. Calm down. Is she always like this? Well, yes, actually. Shut it.
This isn't over.
I like Ragnar. Ragnar's great. I'll come back and when I do, I'll crush you. I like her. She's good. She's Claire in this game.
I bet she has a mug at home that says,
I got 3 stars in that one as well. Excellent.
Oh, good for you.
That's pretty good. So let's just do one more mission before we wrap. Okay, fine.
What is this? What does it tell that mug you gave me for Christmas? I wasn't born to
I
be
wasn't
subtle.
I wasn't meant to be, or I wasn't made to be subtle. I
wasn't
remember.
made to be subtle. I think that's what it is.
Let's see what these mean. So the first side mission is Puppy in the middle. So Caesar versus more outlaws. So Puppy in the middle, dear oh flipping dear. Alternatively, Ragnar's blood is up and she's itchy for a fight. Any enemy will do. Who is Caesar? Oh wow, Caesar versus Ragnar. Oh,
No.
Puppy versus Vampire. Or alternatively, deep in the Lost Leagues, Emmerich decides strange time call for strange magic. So Emmerich there. So yeah, you're starting to get into various different little kind of, combinations of people there. So Caesar gets to take on the Felheim Legion and all of that business. But I think we should probably wrap things up there.
Yes.
We think we've done some fun little bits and pieces right there. Spot on. So yeah, there's a whole lot of other fun stuff going on here. Anything else you need to dig into quickly, Claire?
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Yash, who gave us £4, and to Dragmaya, who gave us $5 Canadian.
Best dollars.
And said, love this game, but I'd like some quality of life improvements, like when attacking with range units, have the game auto-target enemies / cycle targets.
Makes sense, yeah. That makes sense. Hey, have a look at the cool little art, by the way. So I've unlocked some of these already. So this is literally like the initial concept art for Mercia, and like the production art for the little kind of anime-style intro video they made, and some stuff for Mercia's face. I've unlocked some of these already, so there's Emmerich. And now I've got a bunch of stars, we can unlock a few more of them. So we can like see, some more Emmerich concept art there. Which is kind of cute in his early form with various different weapons before they decided what they wanted him to be kind of armed with. And then, some more kind of advanced intro movie art for Emmerich when they were deciding all of that. And then, concept art for Caesar!
Oh.
Including, different...
different levels of puffedness for his chest.
Yeah, before the one on the top right is interesting as well. Because it's not just the plume. Yeah, you say it's the chest. It's how puffed out the chest is, which is kind of cute, and I don't have quite enough stars for the next one, unfortunately. But yeah, just like your stars, you don't actually spend them. You just like, as you get more, you just get to unlock more stuff. And I haven't actually unlocked anything in the jukebox yet, so I'm not too sure how you unlock. Actually, it says to complete more arcade runs. So I do know how you unlock it. I just need to read what's on the screen. So yeah, if you do kind of arcade runs,
with that sometimes.
I do have trouble with that sometimes. So yeah, if we kind of go over to the arcade mode, I've unlocked a bunch of arcade stuff right here. So yeah, now you can actually do different arcade modes. So you kind of basically just need to win 5 battles in a row. There's easy, there's normal, and there's hard. As far as I can tell, because I tried playing an easy, normal, and a hard for Mercia. They seem not that much more difficult. It's more about how big the maps were. Easy was just a really small map, and hard was just a much bigger, more complicated map. So by hard, I think it just means it's going to take a bit more time and a bit more strategy to do. So yeah, and then you've got all the others we haven't actually unlocked yet. So just by doing the side missions, you unlock more of these. It's such a generous game. I haven't even unlocked the puzzle mode yet, where you have to try and win a battle in a single move or something, where it's loads of different units and just figure out what the right combination of moves to win a certain number of turns is. And as I say, there's the multiplayer. You can create your own campaigns, maps, and share them. There's tons of concept art and just fun stuff in you're unlocking codex as you kind of play the campaign. There's the jukebox once you start unlocking that. I think it's a very generous game. I think there's a lot here. I think it's very well priced. I think it's a very good deal for about £20 odd. I think it's a really good game. Oh, I love this game. It's great. I can't see what's going to dethrone this as my game of the year 2019. I honestly can't.
Speaking of that,
yes.
More comments and questions from chat. Lisa wants to know if you've considered doing Game of the Decades list at the end of this year.
Game of the Decade.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because it's going to be, end of 2019.
Oh, blimey, that's going to be a bit difficult. Maybe, I don't know. Might be fun. Might be a fun thing to do.
Might be a fun video. Your pod would like to know if you could change anything about the original Advance Wars Dual Strike. Would you change anything?
Oh, Dual Strike.
Yeah.
I would change lots of stuff about Dual Strike. I could take the Dual Strikes out. The problem was, Advance Wars Dual Strike was built around Dual Strikes. The Dual Strikes straight up broke the game. They just did. Because the Dual Strikes, like, whoever got the first Dual Strike off would win. And some of them, like Sammy and Eagle, were just, like, stupid overpowered. Stupid overpowered. You just, like, okay, oh yeah, I get to move my units. Then I get to move my units again. Then I get to move my units a third time. But this time, any unit of infantry can capture any building instantaneously within 5 squares. So if you can get yourself, like, within, like, 21 spaces of an undefended HQ, you can auto-win the game with that. It was stupid. It was so stupid. And all the new units were mostly garbage and uninteresting. Like, no one used the Air Force Carrier. No one used the Stealth Bomber. No one ever used the Pipe Runner. Alright? The new units were not good additions. The Heavy Tank was boring and interesting. Most of the new COs were not that interesting. Like, Javier in Green Earth was just an uninteresting character who was tied into the comm tower gimmicks. Just remember, comm towers existed in that game. No. I think, like, you know, I had a fun enough campaign. There were some fun missions in the campaign, but I think, like, it broke the balance of the game. Was the problem. It wasn't as beautifully and elegantly balanced as Advance Wars 1 and 2. I don't think there's been a classic Advance Wars since Advance Wars 2. That was the one that was the classic. Days of Ruin was an abomination. Dual Strike had some fun stuff in it and a fun enough campaign, but had a lot of stuff that just was not well balanced as well. I think that was the problem with it. That was the problem.
Yeah, shout out to SD who gave us $5 and wanted to know if you followed the Stardock/Star Control lawsuit, and if so, what are your thoughts?
I haven't. I know that it nips in and out of Steam. I haven't been following the details of the actual lawsuit, so that I do not know, I'm afraid.
Pump Action Musket also gave us $5 and says, "Hey John, which game that you played for the channel was the hardest to cancel, like to abandon the LP, even though you enjoyed it quite a bit?" Do you abandon games if you're enjoying them?
Maybe if they do really poorly, like
Aviary Attorney?
Watch Dogs 2 underperformed a lot. Yeah. So that kind of that never got finished. But then I had the controversial opinion on Watch Dogs 2 that I preferred the original Watch Dogs, and I think I'm literally the only human on Earth that actually thought the original Watch Dogs was better than Watch Dogs 2, because I really like the original Watch Dogs. And, like, where were the convoy missions, Ubisoft? Where were the convoy missions? They were the best bit, and you took them out. Unacceptable. And I actually preferred the slightly more simplified, where you kind of took over territory without ever stepping inside it, using the security cameras in Watch Dogs 1 of Watch Dogs 2. I didn't like some of the new toys that were added in. I felt they made things a bit easy, to be honest. So I preferred the original Watch Dogs more, which is weird.
So you weren't enjoying it, and that's why you abandoned the Let's Play.
I still thought it was good. Had it been getting decent views, I would have continued it.
And who else? Pyro Fluffian says, I absolutely require more live streams of this. Because it's adorable.
I think it might well come back. I think that would be reasonable. I mean, now we've actually put the video out. Obviously, I've got hold of Civ 6 Gathering Storm. I can't stream it yet. There are when you get a game early, there are rules about when you can do what, and sometimes, like, the time you're allowed to make a video is different from the time you're allowed to live stream, which is different from the time you're allowed to, like, review it. So, like, I could give a vague generalized opinion, but I've got to be careful not to provide anything that could be interpreted as a review of any description. So I can't live stream that yet. I wouldn't mind that coming back. I wouldn't mind doing, like, a little bit of looking at Marley a bit more. I love Marley and the new Gold Civ. Like, I think
we haven't gotten very far in the video, right?
Well, no, I would restart. I would restart.
Oh, would you?
I would restart just because, like, I weirdly spawned on that continent where there was no one but me, and I'd like some more continents around, because otherwise it's a bit too easy just to dominate the local city-states.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I'd like a few more people close by to me to make it a bit more interesting, because right now, like, there's no reason anyone would ever have to, like, you know, attack me, because they've got other people close by. So I wouldn't mind Gathering Storm coming back. I don't know whether it would be as, like, a super stupid long stream. I want to do a charity live stream at some point. I've discussed this with you in passing. I want to do a stupid long charity live stream. I've got some ideas.
Someone reached out to us to do a charity live stream, and they based it on like a particular like stat that they had, and they wanted
that was
it to
hilarious.
last, like they wanted it to
2
last
hours?
like 133 minutes.
Yeah.
Because they had a stat that with the
Something to do with
number
homeless. Yeah.
133.
I think it was something to do with a
It was
person
really
becomes
good.
homeless after 133 minutes. Like, can you stream for a whole 133 minutes? Like, I think we can. In fact, I think people would be kind of shocked if we stopped after 133. Quite short for us. Which was quite funny. But yeah, we need to come up with the right cause and the right game and the right event. But I'd like to do a stupid long stream. I think there's some really cool stuff that's done for gaming and charity. I'd like to be involved in that sort of thing. I'd love to be involved in that sort of thing. So we're gonna look into that. And I just saw someone just pass this because John would never do an illegal live stream. We got retroactive permission for the illegal live stream. We said sorry. We said sorry to them, and they were fine with it.
Yeah, and obviously, if we were going to do like a really long charity live stream, we would let everybody know a long time in advance,
yeah, absolutely,
so you can arrange yourself. We're not doing 133 hours. That's too long. Anyway, we've also got a message from Julian, who gave us £5 and wanted to know if there's any plans for a new Crusader Kings 2 run in the foreseeable future, or have Stellaris and Imperator got it out of play for the time being.
Not for the time being, because there's a new Total War, which is coming out very, very soon indeed. Three Kingdoms is out really soon, which will probably come about the same time Stellaris ends, conveniently. And then we don't know when Imperator's coming, but if we're really lucky, Imperator will come about the same time as Three Kingdoms ends, and they can run into each other nicely. Might be a nice time to do some Crusader Kings 2 after that, or maybe one of the older Total Wars. I've got a few thoughts in mind.
And finally, this comment from No Name, which I thought was very cute. I just found your videos, and I just want you to know I spent almost 30 hours the past 2 days watching your Fallout New Vegas playthroughs.
Nice. Good work. Good call.
Well, yeah, there we go. People are excited about the idea of a nice long charity live stream in the chat.
I mean, I had a couple of ideas. Like, I vaguely wanted to structure it as like setting myself a stupidly ridiculous goal in a game and saying we're not stopping until it's done.
Yeah, but the problem, John, is that you already play games, you know, on stream, like, I think relatively slowly because you're talking so much and you want to, like, you know, in general, you're the kind of gamer who wants to explore all the things to find out all the story bits, which is, you know, completely fine. But I think if you were going to try in 100% something really long, then...
Not even necessarily like 100%, like something to get a stupidly high score or ranking or something. I've had some ideas, I've mentioned these to you. I don't want to say them because we might not do them. But I've had some...
say them to me after.
I've told you, pay attention.
Yeah, but...
Do you have any more? Stop poking me. Do you have anything else to say, or shall we wrap up there?
No, I think we're all caught up.
Marvellous. So, as I was mentioning earlier, ladies and gentlemen, there is quite the treat. So, as some of you have pointed out, Metro Exodus is coming very, very soon indeed. So, as has been requested and discussed many, many times indeed, beginning today, we are having a series of Metro 2033 Redux. We're going to go through that game, because it's actually not a desperately long game, to be honest, so it won't take that long to do at all. So we are going to do a full series of Metro 2033 Redux. First part is coming out on the channel in like an hour's time or thereabout at 10 p.m. UK time, which is pretty dark, it's cool. I like it. It's very, very interesting and very, very cool indeed. So, yeah, I think a lot of people have been requesting that for a very long period of time. So, I'm hoping that goes down well. I think a lot of people will be very, very excited by that. Very, very excited indeed.
And shout out to Ella, who gave us £2 and says, John, play an entire game of CK2.
It doesn't even have an end. There's no end to that game. I know what you're doing. That game doesn't have an end point. It runs out of calendar. I can't remember what year that happens in, but I know the calendar eventually runs out. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of yes in the comments. I'm seeing the yes. I've got the chat right there. I'm in the chat. I'm
oh
cool.
yeah, you've just got
I'm here.
such a tiny window of the chat.
Well, it's because I've also got analytics and all sorts of things.
But I've got the chat popped out as a separate, you know.
Whatevs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Excellent. Shall we wrap up there in that case?
Yes, I think so. I'm gonna go make us some dinner.
Excellent. We have food. So yeah, in about
we don't have food. That's why I need to go and make some. I forgot to buy dinner. I forgot to buy like microwave dinner.
we both remember to buy dishwasher tablets though. I think
Yes,
you can,
that's because I sent myself an email to not forget about it.
I
Last
think
night.
you can eat those. I'm sure I remember reading you
Okay,
can eat those.
They're not even Tide brands, John.
Oh, okay, they're not tied. Fine, we can't then. That's a shame. Oh well, we'll just have to figure something out, I suppose. So, we'll wrap things up there, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back in a week's time. Don't know exactly what we're going to be live streaming then. I don't have anything in mind. I can't live stream Civ 6 next weekend. That's still before the embargo. But probably in 2 weeks' time, we will be having some lovely, lovely Civilization 6 Gathering Storm. We'll probably have a new Mali on a new map, which is very, very cool indeed. Gee, I've learned a few new things. Like, I thought the production penalty applied to everything. Someone went out to the comments, it doesn't apply to districts or wonders. So you don't actually have a penalty to production as Mali to wonders, but you do just have less production because your mines are making less, which is probably where you're going to be getting a lot of your production from in the early game, the kind of early-ish game. So you're at a disadvantage, but not as much of a disadvantage as I thought. So we'll do something else. We'll do something fun and different next week in the meantime. Or maybe more Wargroove. I don't know. I'll make my mind up later. I might just do like a random Wargroove stream during the week if I just feel like it. I would not bet against it. But yes, we'll wrap things up there, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you next week and see you on the main channel for the beginning of Metro 33 Redux in about an hour.
We only have one channel. He means the channel.
The
one
actual
you're on
channel.
Right now.
Yes. No, the main channel. Main channel,
John,
Claire.
don't tell me.
Fewer false geek. The main channel. It's over at fewer false geek. Few false geeks. Yeah, that's it. Few false geeks. That's where that is.
Will Metro Last Light be happening after Metro 2033 is done, or will you move straight to Metro Exodus?
I'll probably just give Exodus a look if we even get review code for Exodus, which we haven't had yet, so I don't know whether we will.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see about that. I don't know. Probably we'll just give Exodus a look after 2033. I've been enjoying it, so I'll definitely give it a look if we can get a hold of it. So that will be potentially a thing that we give a little loosey at. So anything else, Claire?
No, we're all good, I think.
In that case, we will sign off there. Thank you very much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. As I say, Metro, about an hour on the main channel. But in the meantime, I've been John.
I've been Claire.
This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been the utterly flipping wonderful. I love Wargroove. Claire, I actually love Wargroove.
I know.
It's just wonderful. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Goodbye.